Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fabulous Sunday here with us and our D&D group in ages past. Let's go with a quick round at the table to see who we've got here. Kayla, ladies first, as you know.
I'm Kayla. I'm playing Belinda. She is a half elf, half tiefling warlock, and she has an adorable little fennec fox, and he's the cutest in all the realms. His name is Wendy.
This is nervous laughter, I'm assuming, or is this just like you're still thinking about dirty stuff? I mean, no.
This is my first time.
No, you.
Okay. So as Kayla composes herself, Scott, who do you play?
I apologize. I play Varkash Stormcaller, the Dragonborn Forge Cleric.
Okay. Good. And Cody, who do you play?
I did that without laughing,
I
kid.
play Rook, the Tiefling Kenku crossed rogue.
Yes. And last time we had you three here, you all got to explore a little bit of Alniel as you went into the Dragon District and had Jin discuss and propose an idea for you to participate in some shenanigans, for a better word, in being able to bring up the favor of his Dragon Brood house in order to get the votes of the of the brass dragons in order to become the next grand matron of all three that reside here in the city. Now, initially, he proposed that you would indulge in a little game that typically is played within the dragon households, where they do a little bit of stealing from each other, but then present it back as a proclamation of returning these gifts or goods that were so terribly taken by some petty thieves. But it's a very well-known fact, and so by you participating in this event, you are going to actually try and take as much as you can to embarrass the household as much as you can to gain the favor so that House, let's see, this is TL. House TL is in need of your favor, and so you are boosting TL. You were able to discover a few things around the city as you prepared for the upcoming, robbery. You went down into the city, you did some research about some of the history of the world, learning a little bit about the great liches that existed previously in the Age of Reckoning, as well as Rook, who went over to a nearby Fletcher and procured some powder producing bolts, as well as getting some poison and other toxins to use later for whatever the case may be for this dastardly rogue. Though you were able to return, sadly, with a little bit of a delay, as Rook got caught into conversation with one of the brass dragons that seemed to find an interest in this new humanoid that's been wandering the Dragon District, and did send what you could assume would either be a family member or perhaps a mate who came in, and you had to persuade her that you were not feeling well enough to actually return and continue your conversation with the great dragon. Luckily, you were able to succeed, though there was some bickering amongst how to successfully deceive her. You were able to at least get by, and then you were finally at the day, ready to go down into the dungeons. Deep within the hold, you found your way into the dug dirt tunnels that have been carved and made almost to resemble a hallway with pillars, sconces that seem to hold these ever-burning candle lights, as well as somewhat like a packed tiled floor and packed roofing. It's still soft, so the sound in the halls are very muffled, and you don't feel like you're echoing or just reverberating your presence nearby. But it is almost kind of like a sandcastle built labyrinth. And you made your way down inside, discovering the first of the treasures, a manticore that had been imprisoned inside, requesting you free him, though Varkash was a little bit more interested in perhaps doing so. The rest of you thought perhaps maybe to leave it to a little bit later when you might be leaving, or not at all. So with that in debate, you continued further in, finding a large amethyst-like stone that seemed to be settled right in between two large onyx-carved statues of these lion-like figures. Upon procuring this gem, you placed it into the bag of holding. Before Valindra, you noticed a slight disturbance behind you as you saw that the carved figures around the poles started to break away from what appeared to be this kind of false shell as these antenna and red insects began to peek out and look upon the party. And with that, we will start tonight with you all rolling initiative. So please go right ahead and kick yourself off.
I sacrifice Rook for the greater good of the party.
Hey,
What?
I don't know how you're gonna sacrifice me in this situation. We're literally about to fight.
I don't know if it's gotten to that
Reggie,
yet.
We're going to fight. Me and Kayla are going to run that way.
All right.
Ugh, frick.
Oh, are we?
And
Well,
then,
you're gonna get way ahead because Bullet rolled 5.
what'd you get for you, Rakesh?
I'm still waiting for it to be really slow for some reason.
Oh, funny.
Come on now.
7. All right. So these creatures we have 14, natural 1, 4, 5, pretty low.
I don't like their names.
Or dexterity.
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Yeah, that's gonna suck for you.
All right. So we've got 14 and 2
Yeah, actually, I'm like the only one who's actually
and
affected by this. aren't
4.
Oh no!
Not
Nope.
necessarily.
I have a shield and armor.
I have 100 health. I am
All
fine.
right.
Oh, he's not gonna match your health.
So, as you had turned around, Valindra, you saw 6 of these creatures pop out around the pillars, coming towards the party, increasingly interested in certain objects on your persons as you see the antennas twitching and flicking and going in that direction. But to start it off, we have Rook. What do you wish to do?
I'd like to use my, well, actually, Valindra's right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and move
Push it to the enemy.
right up to this point here, 10 feet of movement, and take a shot at this one with my crossbow.
Go right ahead.
Using a regular crossbow.
All right, regular bolt.
That'll be 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
All right.
And
so
Valindra is within 5 feet, so you do get your sneak.
for a total of
24.
23 points of piercing damage.
Are you sure it's not 24? Oh, maybe.
Yep, 23.
OP, please.
Oh, you're right, 23. Yep, correct, yep. I use the fingers. The creature, you embed the bolt into, it sinks hard right past into the exoskeleton. You can see it's starting to ooze this vile red liquid that's just kind of bleeding out. But it still is, it's still going. The bolt is quite big, but it's not down yet.
All right, and then I'd like to put myself over in this corner here and attempt to hide.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
There. 28.
All right. So, at the top of the round, you see that the insects are very keen on all of your presence. They don't seem to look necessarily with their eyes, but their antennas begin to kind of hone in on your location as you see them flick and switch all towards each of you. Each one seeming to pick a favorite to go for.
Oh, pick me. I'm the
So,
best.
just to kind of do a thing, we'll do this. All right, this one heads directly to Rook. As you see it scurrying past you, Valindra, and climbing over the statues and going right towards you, Rook. As you see it hone in on you, it starts to clamber across your body as if trying to get close to you and get on top of you. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on that?
You
little
do,
bird?
you do. As it scurries by, you can quickly smack it.
I want to shout out, Rook, say you're married. It won't do what it's planning to do if you say you're
Ooh,
married.
ooh, not bad, not bad. Oh, don't you wish you had advantage? The 23 does hit, though, so please go ahead and roll for damage there.
Okay, that's
10! That's max damage!
Ah!
It's not bad. Alright, so as it scurries on by, you quickly use your own spellcasting as you have that Warcaster, flicking it and popping it on the back as the wings kind of flare up a little bit from the force. Just popping it over and kind of it tumbling towards the bird. I do need that dexterity saving throw from you, Rook.
Yep. 28 again.
Alright, you're fine. You're able to keep it at bay. You don't let it kind of clamber and get close to you as it's trying to feel itself across your body. Alright, this one also goes for Rook. As you can, it just starts to skirt by you, Valindra, again, and goes up to here, trying to also get on top of you. Rook, please make your dexterity saving throw for me again.
Kayla, we can get away.
And you're fine. You're very good at keeping nimble and on the corner, just like doing these quick dodges as the antennas are like trying to probe you, and you just kind of keep moving them away. All right.
It's gonna be one of those campaigns.
Apparently.
All right. So the next one, let's see, who does it like? Ah, this one likes Valindra.
No, it doesn't.
So this one begins to shuffle over to you, and it also begins to feel around. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God.
Sadly, as you try to keep it at bay, you start to bring your shield up and you push it away. As the antennas start to graze across, you notice the steel starts to rust. As the powder red begins to break apart and your shield begins to degrade, it loses 1 AC.
Forge cleric, I am.
And as it does that, it tries to bite at you to see and keep you still so it can continue to go after your metal. 22.
Oh, yeah, that hits me.
Alright, you take 4 piercing damage as it continues to try and get at the metal that's on your person. Varkesh, it is your turn.
I would like to jump into Valindra's arms because I'm deathly scared of bugs and scream loudly.
I can't hold you for
I'm,
it.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I figured you'd be kidding. That would be very hard to have that happen.
I will go over to... Actually, I'm just going to move around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25... 15... There we go. I'll move here. And I will smashy the bug.
Okay, go right ahead and roll for just a normal mace attack.
With the fire. The fire.
Well, I mean, the mace is imbued with your holy energy as you are a forge cleric of such divine power that every strike deals an extra bit of fire to it, but go ahead.
Smash! 20.
Ooh, that hits. That absolutely hits. You smash it with 7 bludgeoning damage and go ahead and roll for the fire, 1d8.
Roll... Ooh, excuse me, guys. Do apologize.
Okay, an additional one, so you deal 8 damage total. As your mace impacts it, you see that as it touches the creature and you lift it back, some of the rust has continued to go up your mace, and you can see it begin to degrade and break away. Your mace suffers a -1 to its potential damage.
Oh, that's fantastic. Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to summon my spirit weapon.
Okay.
Because that's not made of anything except for good intentions.
Good old force. All right. Well, sadly that misses. Where would you like the weapon to appear?
Just left of the one that's left of Valindra.
All right.
And that is a level 2.
And we'll put that
There we
into
go.
the token layer. There we go.
I'm not okay with this.
All right. And so you bring the... what's the weapon look like this time?
It is back. It's not a penis.
All right. Ignoring the phallic shapes, you go right back to the dragon claw as it tries to rake across, but the insect is scurrying around too quickly, unable for it to squish the bug.
A bug hotel. I'll make it the shape of a bug hotel.
A roach hotel?
Yeah.
A roach motel. Sorry, but yes.
Motel.
Yeah, a little. It's almost like a little birdhouse, a little kind of thing, and you try to get it in, but it just... It happens to be fortunate enough that it goes through the window or doors, so it's just like that one moment where it's like, aha, it hit. Ah, damn it, it got the empty space.
No, but it will just be the claw again.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so trying to bug splat didn't work. Valindra.
Okie dokie, I would like to jump. And then I would like to kill her.
We did say the phallic shape was not here today, so you...
Oh, God. Good thing, because that really gave me the willies. Oh, God. Okay. I'm gonna class send one. The first one's going to this little guy, and the second blast is going to that.
All right, splitting it up. Go ahead. First one does hit, so go ahead and roll for damage. 2 force damage, not bad, as you do a slight grazing shot, making it kind of twist a little in the air as it corrects itself.
You guys, I'm so good at fighting and hitting these things. Ah.
Do you wish to move or bonus action? No? Okay. Alright. The new creature here, this one, looking for its target, It looks to Varkesh.
No, it doesn't. It looks to Valindra.
And it
Valindra
goes-
looks like Varkesh.
It uses all of its movement to get here, so it doesn't attack you, but it begins to kind of start to crawl up around your feet and body, and its antennas begin to touch your form. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, the cleric's mightiest check. Is it a save? Dex save, was
Dex
it?
save, yep. You're fine. You're able to turn around just in time and go, ah! And kind of use your own tail to kind of flick it away, keeping it off.
That really
I
is.
think that result might be a clerical error.
All right, this one is engaged in combat with Valindra, so it just goes straight towards its nearest target. It's going to go for you. It is starting to clamber across you. This one has the bolt still embedded into it, so it looks like it's a little weaker, but it's still trying to get close. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Please don't hurt me.
And you're able to remember from last time what happened, so you just instead raise your shield up and your arms up and just kind of like try to do a dance away. And the bug is unable to get any purchase as it's just trying to fill up. But
Like I'm holding candy away from a 5-year-old.
oh yes, use those feet to your advantage. All right, this one also goes to Rook as it begins to skirt on past quickly. It uses all of its movement to get there, so it just gets up and tries to touch at you, Rook. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, this is a great day.
You are the most.
You are fine. You are able to, even though you have 3 of these bugs surrounding you, you're still quite able to keep them off you without them touching anything on your body. And it is your turn, surrounded by these red rust insects. What do you want to do?
All right, important question: have I been able to witness the effect that they have on metal things at all this far?
Jim, what's your natural perception? It's probably pretty high, considering you're an inquisitive.
Yeah, my passive perception is 20.
You're fine. Yeah, you would notice it. As you're kind of surveying the entire combat, you're looking for any opportunity, you would notice that somehow the rust on Varkesh's mace suddenly appears and the rust on the shield of Valindra. You can probably put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, that being the case, I'm going to take another crossbow shot at this one right here standing in front of me.
Okay,
After using my bonus action to try to insightful fighting.
sure. That hits.
28.
Yeah.
That's insightful fighting.
Oh, I'm pretty darn sure the bug is not that deceptive. No, I think you pretty much noticed that it has gaps in between its chitin armor that you could aim for.
Excellent. Okay, now for the hand crossbow.
Ooh.
That one for death.
Well, thankfully, you... Oh, no advantage.
No
No,
advantage.
that's a nat 1. Yeah, okay, sadly. You try to get at it, but as you're doing so, an antenna comes unnaturally close to your bow, and you kind of fling it up and shoot it as it embeds in the ceiling. There's now like this kind of vertical shaft sticking straight up.
Alright, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, alright. The bug that you tried to aim for, unfazed by what happened, begins to feel up your body again. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And you're able to keep it off you. It doesn't have a good purchase, but it tries to bite at you. 8.
Very
No.
rude. Most of this.
That misses. Sadly, it's unable to. You're nimble and quick, keeping it at bay, but the one next to you also does the same thing. Make another dexterity saving throw for me, Rook.
This bugs me.
You're fine! Again, you just know how to use the stage to your own advantage as you start to climb up on the corners, bounce around, and ricochet off the walls, making sure that nothing can reach you. The bugs are having a hard time catching this little nibble. Ooh, well, it bit you. So it absolutely bites onto your person, but you are not wearing any armor, so nothing... Well, not metal armor, at least.
Leather. Yeah.
Yes.
That's good kind of have that going on.
It does have a little bit...
Studs
Roll a d20 for me. 10 or low, it does hit the studs. 20 or above, it just... Okay. Alright, it does go for some of the studs. As it does bite down, you see that now as it clambers in, some of the studs begin to rust a little bit. Your armor takes a -1 to the AC.
Okay, I have exactly... I think it's a 1 more point.
You do, but I would assume that 1 more point is the leather. To me, the studded leather is that you have the metal part and the leather part. So your metal part's gone, but the leather part of the armor still remains, because leather is 11. So
Cool.
you can't really be affected armor-wise now, but other pieces can still be. So, the next creature... This one was going for Valindra. Valindra, I need a dex save from you.
Ooh.
And you're fine. You're able to, again, keep the thing at bay without it touching any part of you that you know could be susceptible to this metal attraction that it has. And it just continues to try and get at it, but instead it just leaps at you and tries to bite onto the core of your person. 22. All right. So as it bites down and goes and tries to sink in, and it kind of gets a little bit of flesh. Go ahead and roll for me a d20. Okay, it does bite down into your chain mail, and so it kind of pierces a little bit past the chain links, and the chain links that are touched by it just begin to slowly rust away. You take -1 to your AC for the armor, but not the shield. So your shield still is intact.
My shield is only +1, right?
Your shields are +2.
Oh, what? Oh my god, my AC's been wrong this whole time.
Oh, you've only... Okay, well, I'm pretty sure 22 wouldn't make a difference on the hit. I think that still hits. Okay, all right. Well, so whatever you have right now, that is still correct then, at least.
Okay.
So Varkesh, it is your turn.
Upon seeing my mace rust and not appreciating the destruction of my creations, I'm going to randomly panic and attempt to eat the bug.
What?
You're going to make an improvised bite attack?
Bite attack. I'm going to I just like chow down on the actual bug because I can't think of anything else to do.
Okay, you try your own version of bite. Go ahead and roll a strength check to see if you can hit.
Fire strength. Okay.
Because you are not proficient with unarmed strike. Sadly, you're very close. You get the creature into your teeth and you try to bite down, but the shell's just a little too hard and the angle's just a little awkward, so it's just more like a It's kind of like a big jawbreaker. You don't have enough of a puncture to get it through, but...
And then I will use my spirit weapon to attack the one that is still currently on.
Go right ahead.
18.
That hits.
7.
And like most hands that find their bugs, the creature is squashed by the force of this claw as it becomes nothing more than a goopy mess and a broken shell.
I give it a thumbs up.
And we'll just go ahead and...
Gross.
It's gone. Valindra.
Question. So whenever these bugs were coming out of the column, did it look like there was magic that was animating them, or the magic was spelling and they were freed from stone and coming alive?
Make an Arcana check. No magic. You could assume that there was nothing magical about them.
Damn it. Well, then I will... Eldritch
I
Blast.
will do something.
Actually, you know what? Before I Eldritch Blast, I'm going to... I think... Yep, okay. Gonna cast Hex on this one.
Okay. Which one was it? The one right...
The one...
That one up there. Okay.
And then I will Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. All right.
Probably shouldn't have used Hex at this fight, but oh well. Here we go. Maybe.
That hits.
Yeah,
Yeah, they both hit. That's
Golly.
12 damage plus your hex.
Plus my Hex. That is D6.
Mm-hmm.
So do I roll D6 twice? Does both hit?
Does it say per hit or per attack?
I mean, it'd be the same either way.
Well, I don't know if
Because I'm trying to remember, because like Hunter's Mark and other things have different word usage, and just like...
whenever you hit it with an attack.
Okay, then yeah, it's for both.
Yeah. Okie doke. So, here's Hex 1 and Hex.
Alright, an additional 7. The creature looks pretty bad as the hex kind of begins to draw the bolts into one focusing spot as it begins to crack it like glass. As you can see this shattered shell at the top and begins to ooze. It's looking pretty bad. Would you like to move? Nope.
No,
All right.
I don't want to get bit.
Okay. Varkesh, you feel the antenna begin to flicker across your tail as it gets closer to your body. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Study the buffs there, young man. Dexterity save, right?
Mm-hmm.
18.
You are able to quickly flick it with your tail as you kind of get it to get off, and it doesn't get like a good touching purchase on you, so it can't climb. So instead, it leaps towards you and tries to bite down.
Just like, pay to play, bug.
14.
Misses.
All right, no, as you're able to just like kind of do this quick dodge out of the way, letting it not touch you and just disappear to the side. However, the other one goes for Rook. The one that Valindra had punctured in the back just begins to, in a frantic leap, go towards Rook. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 22.
You are able to keep out of its reach as its touch is not able to get a hold of you, but it continues to bite on you, trying to get you to hold still or even just to get whatever it can. 8 misses, I'm guessing. So you're doing pretty well, despite the fact you're surrounded. But it is your turn.
All right. So the one that I have insightful fighting, I'll go ahead and take a shot at that with my crossbow.
All right, go right ahead.
Give her a go. 28 to hit.
That hits.
I think that's like the 5th 28 I've rolled tonight.
So
Anyway.
Yeah. Ooh, 11 and
27 points of damage.
As you put your bolt right to its neck, you see it nearly sever the head completely as it just falls onto the ground, lifeless.
All right. Then I'd like to take my bonus action to disengage and try to run through that space.
Okay, yeah, as you just kind of like try to use that opening, you flip up and go and run as far as you can out of that corner.
Okay, that'll put me to right about... Well, that puts me in the same space as the spiritual weapon. Is that allowable?
Not on the spirit weapon. You'd have to be around it, sadly.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and, well, being the case, I'll just put this up here. That'll put me right next to this fellow. That'll turn.
Okay. All right. As you move away, the creatures don't have anything within target, so they start to look for whatever is the most appealing source.
Oh, look.
They look to Varkesh.
Shit.
And so, you see it scurry around right to there. As it begins to clamor on you, Varkesh, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Pay to play. Pay to play. And then I will roll my dexterity.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. You know how to duck and dodge and use your own acrobatic skills to keep it out of reach, but it does try to bite down on you as well.
Can't touch this.
A 6. I don't think that hits. So
doesn't hit a kitty.
you are very good at keeping out of reach. Now this creature though is still going for Valindra, and it's got a taste for her shield and it wants more. Make another dexterity saving throw for me. Sadly, it does get its grip on the rest of the shield, and as it begins to touch it, you see the metal rings and the actual kind of nuts and bolts that are keeping it together, as well as the core, just begin to rust all the way as your shield falls apart, as wood splinters and just clatters on the floor, leaving you without a shield in your hand.
Fine, it didn't like that shield anyway.
And then it goes and tries to bite at your arm. Now that it is free, it does not do so. You just whack it to the side. It has no effect on you. Varkesh?
Okay. I'm going to cry loudly. And then I'll Sacred Flame.
Okay. Which one do you want to Sacred Flame?
The one directly ahead of me that I'm technically flanking with Valindra.
Alright, okay. So it makes a dex save. No, it does not succeed, so it takes 11 radiant damage. It's pretty hurt as you see the searing point just kind of start to bubble across its form as a bit of it heats up and pops.
And then I will move my spiritual weapon to engage the one I just Sacred Flamed.
Alright, yeah. Then go ahead.
And I will do the thing. 19.
Oh, that hits.
Bap.
Alright, and you see it go down to squish the creature, trying to flatten it, and as it raises it up, you see that it still pops and moves around a bit. You squished it, but it wasn't squished hard enough, and it still twitches and moves around, its legs regaining its purchase on the ground.
Is it dead?
Not dead.
Shit.
Would you like to move?
I will move one space over here and take the attack of opportunity.
Alright.
Well, I'd only take the attack of opportunity of one.
Only one. 17.
Misses.
Alright, so luckily for you, again, you kind of do a quick turn and let your tail flick it away so it doesn't have any chance of getting a hold of you.
Bad bug is bad.
Valindra, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the one that I have hex on. No, I'm not.
Well, the first one goes wide, but then you kind of refocus and you shoot that one. It does hit, and you do your hex damage on top. It doesn't need it, though, as the first hit just shatters the creature as it blows apart pieces of head and arm and torso. Just scatter.
Okay, then I will bonus action move my hex. If I can say that right.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action move my hex to this one. This one.
All right, that one. And you wish to move?
Actually, I'm gonna just like take a couple steps back here.
All right, you only take one opportunity attack because the first one was used on Varkesh.
Thanks, Barkesh.
Welcome.
8.
Wait, what?
Sadly, I bet the 8 doesn't hit you, so you're able to quickly get out of the way. Now, the last one does still have Varkesh within melee range, so it is still focused on you, so you see it continue to clamor in your direction. Make a dexterity saving throw.
No bug, no cry. Nat 20.
Again, with another nat 20, you are a dancer with the fever right now. There is nothing that can touch you on this floor.
I mean, it's fucking bugs.
So,
No, not today.
embodying your inner cringe, you keep them at bay.
We said fringe there for a second. I was like, oh.
Rook, it is your turn.
Let's embody your inner fringe.
Alright, so I'm gonna take 2 steps this way, pull out one of the 2 daggers I've had carrying with me for ages that I've never used, and just jam it into this fellow here.
Wait, are
All
those
right.
my daggers?
Nope.
No.
No, you got your daggers separately. They were delivered on the next day, and you got them.
Good. Because I would hate to make an NFL football out of a bird.
Oh, that hits. That absolutely hits. And the dagger sinks in, and you do get your sneak. Ooh, yeah, that absolutely kills it. But as the dagger embeds, you see it begin to rust on the edges, and as you draw it out, the entire, partly, the blade edge has been rusted. Yeah, it's been powdered a little red. So you get a -1 to the dagger.
And I'll go ahead and bonus action insightful fighting on this one here.
Okay.
Yeah. 24.
Oh yeah. Again, you notice that the creatures have a very similar weakness. Aiming right between the plates of these chitin armor is just going to get you a perfect shot. But the one that you do look at does see you, and you are engaged in combat, and it again tries to clamber across you, looking for any metal that you have on you. So go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Right. 22.
And you're fine. Again, knowing how to keep the creature at bay and just swatting the antenna aside, not letting it purchase itself on any of your daggers or bolts or even the crossbow itself. But it bites at you. 14.
That'll miss.
Alright, so it does not get any purchase. And then we go to Varkesh.
Okay, I will charge up my Sacred Flame, but first I will move my Spirit Weapon to the one that's engaged with Rook's bug.
Okay.
And I will do its combat action after I Sacred Flame the one just next to me.
Okay.
Sacred Flame.
It does not succeed, so it takes it does not succeed. It takes full 10 radiant damage.
Full 10.
Yeah.
And then I will turn my attention just very, very quickly to the one that, the bug that's engaged with Rook, and I will use my free action and shout, "Hey, bug, do you know what my favorite sport is? Cricket!" And I will use my Spirit Weapon to smack it.
Okay, all right. With your
Sorry. I was holding that in for you.
With your natural wit, you bring out your own comedic line. Go ahead and roll for that attack.
I
It
do
hurts so
apologize.
good.
Oh, it hits.
21.
Yeah, you betcha that hits.
I was about to say, if that failed after that... Ooh.
Ooh, max damage there. 12 force,
You'll
yeah.
be sporting a new bruise later.
Yeah, as you once more...
Become the match of the day.
You get quite good at getting this kind of almost this remote-controlled fly swatter as it just goes and keeps doing a quick
I
flick
do
to smash the
apologize for
creatures.
cricket. I really do.
Don't do it. Beautiful.
Valindra, it's your turn.
Okay, doke. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Your hex target, I assume.
My next one hit.
Yes.
If I like the. Okay.
Ooh, yes. Both do hit.
Aha!
So you deal
Four.
4 plus
Yours.
4, 8, and then you're.
And 1 and pure.
That is just enough to kill the creature as you see it get peppered, and the very last bit of the hex just starts to kind of break the shell apart before it just kind of, you hear the as the entire inner organs just spill out. The creature just begins to flop and die slowly. It was a very exact death, so it's not like a quick death. It's just
Good.
it's still twitching and on the floor. It's in pain. It's in a lot of pain.
A bonus action, move hex.
All right, you move hex to the other one. Varkesh, make a dexterity saving throw as you feel the once more familiar antenna.
Come on, I've been doing so well. Though I had to open my fucking mouth. Yeah.
You just succeed as you keep the creature at bay. It climbs up your tail, and just before it reaches the plate, you just kind of... It tries to climb up on anything it can get, and the tail seems a pretty easy, large limb to climb. But then it tries to bite down on your tail.
Oh, no.
14.
Oh,
That does
It
not hit.
misses.
Yeah, so you see, as it does that, you just quickly, you just in panic, just sheerly whoop, turn the tail back, and as you do, it just kind of centrifugally forces the creature off the tail as it kind of flies back a little bit.
Helicopter spin my tail like, no.
Rook, it is your turn.
Alright, so I'll run on down to here and use my nice and shitty -1 dagger to take a stab at this bug.
Okay.
That'll be 1d20 plus 8 hit. There we go.
Ooh, it hits.
And real quick here, just to see if I get a crit. I did not.
Okay.
So, roll 1d3. Would it be 1d3 or would it be 1d4?
It's a 1d4, and then it's just minus the damage on 1, basically.
Alright, I'll just go ahead and do 1d4 plus 5, 4 plus 4.
Alright,
That
so
is
7 to 6.
points of damage out of that, and another 16 from sneak attack.
Alright, and as the dagger embeds into the crack between the armor, you see the blade once more begin to rust as it turns a more powdered red and brown. You see that the creature just remains motionless, and you pull it out slowly. It's no more. All the bugs that have crawled out of their little holes have been vanquished. You find
just,
yourself
like,
alone.
Stick the shitty rusty dagger back in it and just like... Gross.
Lilindra, Rook, did you see that? I did all the work.
God, Varkesh, if we're gonna keep traveling as a group, you really need to acknowledge the fact that we are a group and we do things together. We don't have time for this. We're gonna go.
She says as all of her armor is falling to pieces. She wants to
It's like, I'm gonna put the gem in my bag.
I already have the gem.
Just kidding. I'm gonna turn to put the gem in my bag and be like, Varkesh has that. Then let's how much longer do we have in here?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, good. I'm super smart. I have a really high intelligence score that gives me a
Thing.
modifier.
So that's that intelligence.
You
coming
know
through
that
the
you,
healer.
you know that you've not been in here more than 10 minutes or so.
Oh, time flies when you're fighting bugs. Okay.
The bug fight was rather quick. That took about maybe 15, 20 seconds.
Would you say we crushed them like a bug? Okay.
Why do I hear crickets chirping?
Wow.
I mean, you're hearing things because they're kind of dead right now, but yes.
Okay, so we found the dead end. We should probably go back this way. Varkesh, here, come here. Hold my hand.
Yes. Are we doing this? Are we really doing this in the dark? Okay, I'll follow your lead.
Please follow mine.
Yeah.
Want me to hold your hand too?
I'm gonna
No.
hold Varkesh's hand, and we're gonna hang back for Brooke.
All
Alright, I'm
right.
gonna go ahead and try to move about stealthily again.
Okay, so Rook, you're taking the lead.
Move up as well for a 24 stealth.
All right, and Winnie is still tucked in his head.
I mean, it was never declared different.
All right,
so.
just making sure. Okay, well, she can poof him at any time, so it's.
Because you don't really appreciate winning, so I could poof him away if I wanted.
I mean, I appreciate it.
I
He's
just
very
realized
tactically useful.
I didn't kill Winnie this combat.
No, you didn't. I'm so proud of you.
I just looked down at Valindra while holding her hands like, your hand is awfully clammy.
Yes, I have very cold skin. Your hand is awfully scaly, but
Thank you!
Go lie down.
no, that was not.
Go lie down.
Okay, you're welcome.
Good boy.
Is
So-
a dragon.
As quiet as you can, Rook, you definitely begin to sneak around this dirt hallway, making very little noise as the sounds of your footsteps are muffled, and you just kind of retrace your steps back the way you came.
Yep. And having come this way, I already cleared it of traps. I'm not going to start checking quite yet.
And as you get once more back to the familiar hallway, you can see that it curves to the left, and you can see once more the other hallway that you didn't take bends
Yep.
around like a U-turn.
And I would like to start watching for traps again at this point as I start walking down.
Okay. As you move at half your pace to kind of keep quiet and steady to look around, you do get your steady eye, I believe, so you get perception check with advantage, or just a plus modifier.
It is with advantage.
Then make it with
Can't keep
advantage.
up with Valindra.
All right.
25.
25. You keep a good eye out, looking slowly as the 4 red eyes blink open and just kind of each peer around, cautiously looking, not seeing anything. It seems pretty devoid of traps right now. It's just a barren hallway. You see it curve off to the right as you continue down it, and you see it once more begin to curve to the left as you feel the maze-like structure begin to take hold as you kind of wind and bend your way deeper into these halls. As you turn to the left, you can see that there is a set of hallway entrances to the left and right, making a crossroad in the hall, and further leading down deeper into the catacomb that you have.
Okay.
Which way would you like to go?
I'm going to move along this way, and I'm actually going to leave a small crossbow bolt pointing that way to indicate the way that I'm going.
Are we not marking the walls like we did before?
I mean, that's what the crossbow bolt is effectively doing.
Well,
Yes.
I will just rake. I will do my own marking. Like as we've travelled, I would have liked to have clawed at the walls, just leaving a marked symbolism. Of whatever we went.
Sure. Yeah, so you're actually making marks, you're not just dragging claws.
No, I'm like against the stone.
Oh, like, okay, all right. Well, it's dirt. It's very easy for you to carve markings into the walls, yeah.
Chunk.
Yeah, yeah. So you leave your mark as you make your
I'm
way.
peering around the corner here without actually stepping in.
All right, as you look around the corner, you can see that this room is a wide rectangle that has a pillar in the center keeping it up. As you can see, a set of stairs in the back leading to a higher tier platform, where on top you can see a brilliant statue of a dragon made of what you could assume might be silver, platinum. It's hard to tell. Your dark vision can't necessarily discern the color, but you can just get a slight sense of its being metallic, as you can see a little bit of the shine, just a tiny shimmer comes. The lights around you, they're very faint. They're all across the hallways, giving you a dull, luminous appearance. But
I
it
will
just
lean round the
seems-
corner, and I will shout, "Rook, have you found anything?
I've found something, but I don't know if we can get it out.
What is it?"
A very large metallic dragon statue.
Ooh, let me have a look. And I'm like shaking my hand, going, "Valindra, let go.
Yeah, sure thing. Come on in. And I will actually step fully in at this point.
I'm gonna let go. Just make sure you stay close to us. Don't wander off too far.
Yes, ma'am.
And wait one moment. I'd rather not be surprised again. I will carefully scan this entire room for anything that looks trapped.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Mhm.
But yes, Varkesh, you see this, and you recognize this. But yeah, there's no
I
tra-
recognize this.
there's
What
no
is it?
there's no traps nearby that you can see, Rook. You recognize this is actually a representation of your deity.
And this is a marvelous statue. This looks like Big Daddy Dragon, who I worship.
This is
That's an interesting way to put it, but okay.
I think I would take this statue with us.
How do you propose we do that?
Good point. I know. Is it safe to approach?
I
You
mean,
checked for any...
As far as I can tell you, looks okay.
question.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, question for H.
Yes.
Okay.
Does Dimension Door work with inanimate objects?
It works with anything that you can carry. So it's pretty much similar to the idea that as long as you can hold it or put it on your person somewhere or lift its weight, then you can Dimension Door it. But if it's too heavy to lift, you can't.
Okay, this is going to be a stupid question, but how heavy does this dragon look?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna need Varkesh to reduce this so Valedria can Dimension Door it out.
You could assume that the statue is about a good maybe 16 to 20 feet in height. It's kind of arched a little bit and the wingspan is rather wide, so it's hard to tell, but you assume that if it's made of solid metal, this thing is probably tens of tons, hundreds of tons. This thing weighs a lot.
Yeah, I can take care of that.
I'm going to go over to the statue. Like so.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I head up the steps.
Yes.
And I'm going to reach out and touch it and cast Animate Objects.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So as you touch it, and you begin to cast the spell, and you embed it in there, this is a huge one. So this will be the big one for your for the listing for when it comes to its so it has 80 temporary hit points and armor and so on and so forth. The creature bends and looks around, but before it turns and looks, everyone make a perception check for me.
28.
So you don't really notice it much, Varkesh, but Rook, you notice that as Varkesh turns it, it almost looks like the dragon exhales, and you can kind of feel a shift in the air, and you can see that some of the lights just kind of flicker, but that's about it. But the statue does move and begin to kind of land on all fours as the mighty weight just kind of cascades, and it looks around at you, Varkesh.
Okay, I look up to it and go, hello, big, beautiful statue of Big Daddy Dragon who I worship. Now, I'm going to make this quick. Go out of the hallway here and follow scratch marks on the walls that I have left, and follow them straight to the portal, and then go through it. Be quick, run.
Okay.
Varkesh, have you been making markings the whole time we've been here? Because that might lead you to the Manticore.
I've been leading them the correct way.
But it'll eventually find its way back either way, I suppose. But...
All right. You quickly give these directions out to it as it just turns and looks at the doorway and begins to move. You kind of all have to kind of do a quick step away as the creature kind of pushes against the dirt wall, leaving some dents here and there as it kind of makes its large frame fit through this dirt hallway, and turning and following the marks as it looks around for the location to eventually leave this vault. As it is leaving, though, you see that it just kind of bumps and moves around, but yeah, it just you just hear it faintly going away.
I think that was rather successful.
I would agree that's going to be some major point. Shall we continue on?
Just Varkesh stands there and says, no one else is in awe of the fact that I've just animated a giant platinum statue. No one.
Oh, no,
All right.
It was definitely impressive.
Varkesh?
It's fine.
Varkesh, yeah, you're good. You see, you know that the spell only lasts a minute, so it's using all of its action to just book it into that direction, and to go as far as it can before it refreezes. But yeah. Varkesh, what's your AC again, by the way?
My AC is still 22.
22. All right. You feel like you hit a wall or something. There seems to be like a force. You kind of look around and you feel around a bit, but
Clang.
Nothing's there for a moment.
What are you running into?
I don't know.
And I've already left at this point.
Did I actually walk into a wall, or is this like...
No, it was kind of like as if you felt like a dense piece of air. You just kind of like stopped and then looked and felt around, but it was gone.
Okay.
I shouldn't have had those burritos.
We can't mime around too long. Come on, grab my hand. We gotta follow her.
I'm not an invalid, but okay.
You can't see in the dark.
This is true.
All right. As you are walking next to Valindra, you feel again that force. It's very weird. It's this discomforting feeling as if like you're walking through like thick glass. It's like a thick water. Sorry, it's just kind of weird and odd. And as you do that, you stop. Valindra, you see Varkesh no longer is able to move, and he's just standing there. And you notice that he's kind of unable to shift. Varkesh, you're stuck. You can't move, and you suddenly feel this pressure hitting you, and you feel like your armor's being slammed, and suddenly your face gets a fist across your cheek, and you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. I need all of you to roll for initiative.
What the hell just happened? Someone just sucker punched me. It's not fair.
With your own fist.
I can't say I'm too surprised.
Shit, again? Oh.
Not bad, not bad. All right.
Fuck me sideways.
So, you guys don't see anything, but Varkesh is suddenly restrained, and there is this shift in the air, and you can feel that there is some presence nearby. You don't know where, but you can just kind of feel it and see it and just hear it slightly whispering around yourself. Well, for Varkesh especially, and a little bit for Valinda. Rook, you have no idea what's going on.
What does it say?
Way the fuck out.
But yeah.
Does it say free real estate?
All right. It is not whispering free real estate in your ears. There is no sweet nothings from this. It is just more of like a noise.
Valindra, I think I have a problem. I think I have a Klingon.
But it is Rook, make a perception check for me as you try to see if you can discern what's going on to your party in the back.
20.
Ooh. All right. I'll do it with 20 because we wouldn't say it was flat. It was still with advantage. All right. Yep. You do hear them stop, and Valindra kind of looks back and questions it, and the tone you just pick up on it, just slightly curious. So go ahead and do what you want to do.
Okay. And hearing a kind of inquisitive noise like that, I'll at least poke a head back and have a look. Still moving stealthily though, so I can only take the dash action to move half speed up to here. I'll call that as a free action. Is everything okay?
Valindra.
He's not moving. He's just.
I'm not moving.
Well, tell him to get a move on.
Fucking well done, pigeon.
Valindra, it's your turn.
Oh Lord. Okay. Do I notice anything that's like holding him back or anything?
He looks to be frozen, as if like something is stopping him from moving.
I just.
Frozen holding Valindra's hand.
Can I like try to pull him?
Yeah, you try pulling him, and he's just like, he kind of looks like he's stuck, but he's just like, it's almost as if he's being held in place, like he's grappled. You just feel like you're trying to pull him out. You can give him advantage to his break if you want.
Does it look like there's some sort of... Nope, never mind. Yep. Does this look like there's any type of like magical force holding him back?
No, you don't see anything. And
Well, then, yeah,
you begin this version of like putting your foot on the corner as you take your hands. You kind of go and you pull.
yeah, I'll just give him advantage.
All right, Varkesh, you are grappled currently.
I'm not being stubborn. I swear, I'm being held in place.
I don't have time for your games, Markesh.
I swear, I'm not doing this. Something oogly spooky has gotten me. I have no idea. At first, I thought it was gas.
But yeah, what would you like to do? You are grappled.
I would like to dragon rage myself free.
All
AKA,
right.
try and move forward.
Yes, as you want to break free, roll for me in athletics or acrobatics.
I will do the athletics, and that's with advantage, right?
It is with advantage.
25.
Hey.
All right, 25.
Be gone, fart
You are
clouds.
able to
Not on the
break
whole
past
tree.
this form as you feel yourself move away, and you feel this air just kind of slip by like water, just grazing across your scales. But
Told
you are
I
free.
wasn't being stubborn.
Yes, you proved me wrong. You were stopped and then you suddenly moved.
Thank you.
But yeah, do you wish to move, or do you wish to? What do you want to do?
Well, actually, I will take this up. Well, wait, I've used my action
Yes, you did.
to bugger. I don't really want to use a spell for a bonus action. I will then just continue to move forward and see if it attacks me, and then hope that Valindra would take notice that if it draws blood.
All right, you do see that it does strike at you.
So I move 10 feet.
And you hear this ding, Valindra, as if like something punched him on the back of his armor, but didn't seem to do any damage to him.
Did you see that? Something just literally clipped me.
And as that happens, Valindra, you turn and try to respond, but you also then feel this gripping force around you. 24. You are grappled as you feel the air constrict your body, and you no longer hold yourself. You're kind of like frozen and trying to fight at it. As you then feel these forces assail you, you take 10 damage. And a second one tries to go through you, but it just hits the chain. You feel a little bruising, but not enough to really hurt. But you feel like there's this odd, invisible assailant just striking you.
Okay.
Yes?
Rook, it's your turn.
Am I able to determine that something's going on over there that shouldn't be?
I mean, they've been talking to each other, and they seem to be saying that something, and Varkesh is not making it up.
Me and Valindra are having an episode.
Well,
And you did hear a soft dung.
And that was 25 foot.
Yep.
Go ahead and... actually, I'll just stay right there and look around.
Valindra is doing a very weird dance.
Yep.
It's like she's moving against something and something's holding her back.
Okay.
Now who's being stubborn?
Am I able to discern what it is?
Nothing.
Okay. Would you two quit playing around? We're on a time schedule.
I was...
It's so much fun pretending like we're trapped by something. We're not actually trapped by something. We're trapped by something.
See? Now you believe me. See? I'm not lying. Everyone thinks I lie, but I'm not. I'm always very truthful. Most of the time.
We please have this conversation later.
Valindra, it's your turn.
Um.
Remember, this is all happening within the span of seconds. You basically have your free action to say a sentence, and it goes to the next person.
Oh goodness
Gentlemen.
gracious. I don't have.
Help would be a good one. Just saying.
ba-ba-ba. Oh God. I guess I will. But I can't see it.
Just because you can't see something doesn't mean you can't try.
Yes.
It does for a lot of spells, actually.
I'm gonna try to. Eldritch Blast.
I believe since that is a ranged attack spell, it is not necessarily requiring for you to see the target. You just have to aim it at the direction you want. It's not like
Okay.
Magic Missile, for instance. So, because it's a cantrip, most cantrips are spell-based attacks. You make a ranged attack, a ranged spell
Okey-doke.
attack.
Gonna
Yeah.
try it, I guess, because I am weak AF.
Sure, you make it at disadvantage, but 20,
Damn it!
but 22 and 27 both hit as you try to take this and just direct it right back on you, hoping to hit what's ever there, and you see it impact. And all of you notice that as she shoots these Eldritch Blasts to her, it just kind of stops short of her own form and just dissipates and hits something that seems to be between her and the Force. It's weird, but there's something there, and it does take. Ooh, all right, not bad. 11 damage.
Void
That's
farts.
the third natural 20 I haven't gotten to use.
I know, I'm sorry. But, Varkesh, it is your turn.
I will then, upon seeing this, I will Sacred Flame it. Hopefully that if it hits, Rook would probably notice the
Sacred
fire.
Flame might require you to see the target.
I will have a quick checkaroonie. I think it does.
Yeah, because one usually says ranged spell attack, which usually means
But
you can
see
fire it at
within range.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, just going to check my items list. I have an idea. Okay.
As we see the real life pause.
Right. I'm going to reach into my bag of holding, take out a handful of lesser gems that I was using for my my item constructions, and just go Rah! And just throw them at the mass.
Which items?
Just a handful of gems,
Okay.
like the very, very cheap lesser ones, just so that hopefully if they hit, Rook can see it.
Okay, alright, so you're just trying to... Okay, you're going to be using your action to try and basically... This is your version giving the aid to Rook.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you're giving aid to
I haven't
Rook.
got any powder or anything like
That's
that.
fine, that's fine. Yeah, so you can do it by either like trying to point it out to him, but yours is basically doing the sand, throwing the sand but without sand
Yeah.
or dirt. You could grab the dirt or something,
But
but yeah.
I've just got body glitter instead.
But yeah, with the little glittering gems, you fling it in that direction, trying to give Rook an idea of the shape of this creature as it continues to assail your friend. So it goes ahead and attacks Valindra. 19.
It would not have hit if we hadn't fought those frost monsters.
Alright, so you do sadly take 13 bludgeoning damage from the first strike. The second strike, 23. So you take another 15 on top of that. And then the third strike, 13.
Then why are you picking on me?
Well, at the moment, it's gone through people, and you're the easiest target right now.
I know.
But yes, you do take a total of 28 damage, I believe.
Good lord.
Jesus.
But yeah, and then Rook, it is your turn. As you see that you turn the corner and get ready, Varkesh flings out gems, and you see them begin to batter a little bit around Valindra as you get a vague silhouette of this creature.
I'm gonna load a paralytic bolt and shoot at it with my crossbow.
Okay.
It'll be a 15 to hit.
15 does hit, yeah.
Sweet. So it has to make a DC 15 Constitution save or be stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Well,
Valindra
as you release it and you flick it out, the powder releases, but the creature doesn't seem to be phased by it.
Oh, alright. Well, it still takes a total of 22 points of piercing.
It does, and you notice that as the bolt hits, it doesn't look like it hurts or hinders the creature as much as you hoped it would.
Another one of these fuckers.
Valindra, it is your turn. Oh, I'm sorry, Rook, you wished a bonus action?
I use my bonus action to shoot again with the crossbow, this time with a regular bolt.
Alright, you reload and you fire again. Well,
One to hit.
is that the damage?
Oh. No, yeah, that would be the damage. Whoops. Let me
Okay.
actually roll the attack. 19.
19 does hit. And
For 1 damage.
1 damage, alright. So, I mean, no matter what, it's 1 damage. So,
It's something, though.
alright, it does. And you just do a quick reload and fire. Valindra, you are still grappled by this unseen force.
How's Valindra's health looking like?
Ow, 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 ow.
Point taken.
No, lots of points taken.
I spent all bludgeoning, actually, so there is no point.
It's like -1 up. Every single time.
Oh, interesting.
Share with the class.
Did you
No,
find a
I'm
point
not.
of
I'm
fact?
gonna save it. No, I'm gonna save it.
Okay. Alright, you save your point for later.
Okay, so I'm just gonna Elder Blast.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. You make this with disadvantage. 21 still hits, and 18 still hit. 4 damage. You do see that the 4 damage is full, though, as it does do this kind of water rippling release into this air. Do you wish to bonus action anything?
No.
Just no.
Are you wanting me to? Oh, thank you. I'm so bad at this. I'm going to second wind.
Second wind. And guess what? Who's nearby who hasn't disintegrated yet? So,
Well.
being the warlock with the undying patron, you do with your invocation with Winnie, you regain all your health at max for all those dice. So it is a D10 plus your war, which is
Fighter
1.
level?
So you get 11 hit points.
Oh, I'm leveled up.
Did you put it in fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So you technically have an action surge.
I do, yes, but that's the one.
All right, that's fine. But yeah, so you heal for 12.
Oh,
And,
all better. Still ow, though. Still ow.
yeah, still up. But that's your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, okay, Varkesh, it is your turn. You've scattered some gems to give a bit of a silhouette for just that one moment, but then they kind of clattered to the floor. You no longer have that silhouette to help you.
Okay, I'm still seeing where it was, and I will be picking those gems up after this. I am going to literally just run linebacker, tackle my 8-foot tall blue self right onto this mass. I'm trying to grapple it.
All right, you try to grapple that's already grappling. Make a grapple attack with disadvantage.
Which is just a flat...
Athletics. Yep.
Flat athletics. 22.
9.
I say 22.
Sadly, it is with disadvantage. And the creature... yeah, meets...
It's still...
It just barely meets.
Oh, I thought it was.
Gets advantage because it's
It
invisible.
does get advantage, yeah, sadly. So you... Actually, invisibility does not gain advantage to those things. It doesn't. Invisibility only gives you disadvantage to striking it, but it does not increase its own prowess. So it actually rolled a 7.
So I grappled it.
So you do grapple it. You grapple. It's kind of like you're doing this awkward hug where it's like you tried to hug Valindra, but there's something stopping you. So it's like, and then there's nothing, and then there's Valindra, who's also kind of like as if imitating this weird mime act of like a bear hug, and she's just like,
And I will use this my free action to look down while I'm hugging the air apparently and say, "There's always something getting in between the two of us."
Forced movement ends grapples. Just saying.
But yeah, the creature being kind of now worked on at both ends, you see it push at Valindra twice.
Was that a push? It sounded like it spat on her twice.
Okay, as my reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it! I clicked the wrong. Never mind. I'm not doing anything as my reaction because I'm a
Okay.
fucking idiot.
Okay, alright. So you take 9 bludgeoning damage from the first punch that goes onto you. And Varkesh, you feel something come at you and slam, 22.
Just meets.
You take another 11 bludgeoning as a punch right to the snout, kind of, into the nose. It's quite smart.
Ouch, ouch.
Yeah. Rook.
All right, my go.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and... So would Varkesh be right here then?
Varkesh would have moved closer to the creature. Yeah, he's within 5 feet of it.
There you go.
All right, seeing that he's there, I'm going to go ahead and slip carefully through these spaces here to this side and take a swing at that with my silver rapier.
Okay, well, yeah, you're fine. Yes, you try to just go ahead and strike.
Natural 20.
Well, that absolutely hits, yeah. As you canceled your advantage to a flat, yeah.
So that's actually going to be a total of 32 plus 19, 51 points of damage.
51.
Does a silver affect this at all?
Sadly, it does not, but you do still deal a good chunk of its like damage. It just kind of cuts away, and you can feel some of the air get lighter. It just seems to be less of a dense cloud now.
I mean, uber damage.
It was good damage.
Went from 51 to 25,
Yeah,
but it'll
yeah.
do.
They bet, yeah. Do you wish to bonus action?
You can pull off that damage. That's
Yeah,
the
really.
good thing.
Yeah, I'll take that bonus action shot as well.
Okay.
It's not gonna
16 hits.
for an additional 5 points of damage.
Ooh,
Cut down
not
to
bad. Not bad. Yep, you deal 5 additional damage to the creature.
2.
I want to sneeze.
Well, sorry, yes, 2. If you could see it, you'd think it'd be pretty rough right now, but you can feel the air. The airflow is not as dense and compacted. You feel it being more wispy, and the strength of it holding you, Valindra, seems to be lightened. It's less. Yeah, what would you want to do, Valindra?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna try to Eldritch Blast it. Again.
Good to have a strong thing in the group. I can't believe I just referred to myself as a thing.
Well, they both hit.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
don't sound too disappointed.
Oh, the
then.
11 misses. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay. It has shitty damage anyway. So
Yeah.
11 points of damage.
All right.
I
But
think
yes.
that's probably didn't do too much.
But you do keep trying to push at this thing, and just this weird version of Like, you're both attacking each other, but there's something between you, so it's like you're hitting Jello. Varkesh?
Is it... So when I'm grabbing it, it is solid. It's just an invisible thing.
Yeah, it's just as much as the force of two magnets at the same polar ends just trying to push. You feel like there's this invisible sphere that keeps them from reach. That's what it feels like. It feels like this magnetic restriction.
Okay. I am going to continue grappling it, but then I will try and attempt to bite at the thing to see if I can make it bleed. So if it bleeds, it can, like, illuminate itself of its own crimson fluids.
So go ahead and make your improvised bite attack. So this is strength with disadvantage. Sadly, it does not get a purchase of anything. You just try to... And nothing... You get nothing.
No. Nothing. I'm out of ideas. So I will continue to hold it.
All right. The creature doesn't seem to mind you holding it at the moment, but it does see that Valindra is kind of weaker and begins to pound on her hard to try and drop her down. 18?
Does it?
18 hits or misses? Okay, alright, 18 hits. So you take 9 bludgeoning damage, and then another 10 on top. But
The choice of words today is fantastic.
It is Rook's turn.
Alright, take another swipe out at my silver here.
Alright, as you try to find the purchasing point,
Yeah.
it does hit.
Sweet. For 26 damage, half to 13.
Not bad, not bad. You do feel like that as you kind of start to graze your rapier across that you are hitting something, but there's less of it now. It's breaking apart. The creature's got a little less of itself.
If that being the case, again, aiming low, trying to make sure that if I miss, I don't shoot Varkesh in the foot. Another hand crossbow shot.
All right.
Then why would you aim low then?
All right. 14 just hits.
Hey, for another
One damage. All right.
Don't shoot him in the foot,
Not
so
bad,
I'm going to
not
aim
bad.
low.
Valindra, what do you wish to do? You still feel
I'm
that
gonna-
grapple?
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
Wait, you haven't broken free?
Nope.
No, I'm weak AF. I'm not gonna
Ooh,
waste my
well-
turn trying to break free.
The first one doesn't hit anything. You think that's where the form is, but just goes right past and hits the dirt wall. But the 14 does hit.
Easy.
1 additional force damage.
Oh my god! Look at
The
that.
slow whittling continues on as we go to
I
Varkesh.
wonder when this will end.
We need to give your Eldritch Blast some protein shake.
What do you wish to do, Varkesh?
Right, Valindra's still grappled, right?
From as far as you can tell, she still seems to have that, like, mime fighting dance
Okay,
going on.
so while holding this thing, I'm going to literally lift my big old left dragony foot and try and spar a kicker in the back away from this thing. If that's possible.
Yes, you can make what is considered a shove attack, and you can shove her away, which would force the movement, so she would be pushed out of the grasp. So you would make a shove attack. So go
Okay.
ahead, this would be strength. You can see the target, so it's flat, and you just have to beat her AC.
Which, I'll roll first. 19.
I think
Yeah,
that
that
just...
fits me.
Alright, so Valindra, you feel Varkesh lift his foot up, and you see it go towards you, your eyes widening
Sorry.
before you feel that... "Ooh!" as this pushback motion goes to you, and you break 5 feet away as you move past the grasp of this creature as it's unable to keep hold of you from that sudden launch. And you
Sorry for
kind
the
of-
kick. Didn't mean it maliciously.
You kind of tumble on your ass a little bit, just going as you just land, but you are free.
I don't take damage though, right?
No damage. It is just a 5-foot shove.
Okay.
And that was my action, right?
That it was your action, yeah.
Okay. And I will... Ugh, I can't do anything. I don't want to waste any spells just yet. So I'm going to continue grappling it.
Yeah. No bonus action, no movement.
No, I'm grappling it, so
Okay.
I'm not going to move.
Why not? You'd pull it with you.
That's fine, because you see that as you push it away, Varkesh, it doesn't seem to mind that you hold onto it, and as you do, you feel it slip away.
Oh, fuck that thing.
And it goes right towards Valindra.
No, leave me alone.
And it just batters at her 21 and 22.
Oh yeah, both of those hit me just a little bit.
Alright, 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, I go unconscious with the first hit. So that's
Oh, okay, so when you're unconscious on the first hit, it turns and looks towards Varkesh and zooms towards him with the 22. And
Oh, so you've now dedicated Valindra's
oh, I can
attack
re-roll it
to
if you'd like
those-
me to. Sure, I can re-roll it.
That would be nice.
23.
Fuck.
So you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it once more goes right to the snout. Bops you right in the nose. Rook, it is your turn.
Alright,
Not the snout. Anything but the snout.
was I able to discern its new location?
You
Based
could
on the
feel
flight?
that it's just as much as you can feel something pass by you, like a car or anyone walking. You can feel that of air. You did feel that displacement.
And put this up here and take another swing at the rapier. That'll be 20 to hit.
hits.
For 25 cut in half.
12
points
damage.
of
Not bad, not bad. You are able to eventually find some purchase as your rapier scans and then stops, and you just push it through and continue the slice.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and for the offhand of the hand crossbow again.
Yeah, where you found that and you
26
shoot
to
in
hit.
that same spot. Yeah, it hits.
For 3 points of damage cut down to
To
1.
1. Alright. Valindra, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, alright.
10.
You're unconscious in the dirt, but yeah.
Okay,
Varkesh.
because I do have the where is it?
The Undying Feat.
Yes.
Or class trait.
1-8. Plus my comp.
Alright. So yeah, you heal for 2 as you come back to consciousness.
Okay. Seeing Valindra go down, I feel really bad that I kicked her, and I'm going to just side on, step on over. I'll kneel down, and I'll stab myself with one hand, and then place one hand on her, and I'll cast Life Transference.
Okay, alright, so you go ahead and roll the 4d8. And this is draining from you with the necrotic damage, just kind of bleeding the life force out from your body and transferring it like a blood fusion straight into Valindra.
22, so
You
she
heal
takes...
for 44, Valindra.
44.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just like that, like, I'm a deep, like blue Dragonborn, but now I'm just like baby egg blue. I'm just like, oh... oh my god, I can't do this, guys.
Alright, now that you've transferred your life force in there, the creature notices your healing capabilities,
Uh-oh. Take out the healer first.
and it goes towards you and tries to incapacitate you as quick as it can.
Well, I wasn't done.
Oh, you have a bonus action you want to use?
Yeah, I'm just gonna spirit weapon this sod.
Okay. Alright,
16.
thankfully with your feet you can do that. The 16 does hit.
Okay, and obviously that's a level 2, and it does 5 force damage.
Okay, alright, 5 force damage. Nice, not bad. As it once more turns and assails you, going straight towards you as it begins to slam into you. 18 misses and 21 misses?
Misses.
Alright, it just is assailing you. Can feel it just punching at your plate armor, but it's not getting any purchase. It's just...
Stop it! I'm doing first aid!
Rook.
Like playing the drums on his chest plate.
A little bit. But yeah, Rook, it is your turn.
Alright, place this up there, and I will swing my rapier wildly through its face once more. 26 to hit.
That hits.
For really low damage.
That's
16
very
cut in half to 8.
Alright, 8 damage. You do feel like there's a lot less for you to hit now.
Okay.
Go
And
in.
I'll try to go for the hand crossbow,
That's right.
this time placing the backgrounds, again, the floor. Best not to risk it. 18
Mm-hmm, that hits.
for 1 point of damage.
Alright, Valindra, it's your turn. You can feel the energy of this creature still in front of you somewhere, but...
I'm just gonna say this now. The amount of times I've transferred that girl, she should be more Dragonborn than I am by this
It's
time.
so true.
Let's just go ahead and add on the half dragon template to our
We,
character sheet.
we don't have Beast Boy blood here transfusions, so there is no
Why the
mutation
hell not?
extension with your blood sharing, but
Amazing. Speaking of the blood transfer thing, I didn't want to ask though. Is that something that clerics usually do? Like, because I, Kayla, have never heard of that. Is that?
it is a
That's-
Xanathar's Guide spell in
Does
D&D.
it strike me as something odd? Like, having been around clerics, like, is that something that happens a lot?
I mean, you might never have experienced it. Varkesh seems to be a unique one that you've seen do it. No one tends to really meddle with necrotic versions, but you know some clerics have had their hands become almost like plague-like grips that when they touch things it rots them and decays them and infects them. So you've seen that kind of touch before that a cleric could call upon. So this seems to be like taking on that same essence. So
Okay.
it's not foreign, but it is just this particular technique is something that you only see Varkesh doing.
This paw heals. This paw kills. I have to be very, very careful at night to remember which hand does what.
Oh, God.
Definitely has to give you pause to think for a moment.
Yes. You make sure you wipe your ass with the right hand. But yes, those Eldritch Blasts, the second one does hit.
Okay.
3 damage, yes. It hit, yeah, it looks, well, it doesn't look like anything still. Varkesh, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to take a step back now, knowing that Valindra has pretty much had a bone marrow transplant from yours truly. I will then attempt to Sacred Flame it.
Okay, like I said, you can't see it, but
It's in a general vicinity, given the
sure. Well, okay.
This general direction.
We'll say it makes its dexterity save with advantage.
Okay, that's
19. So it doesn't quite hit anything.
Fine, and then I will use my spirit weapon to clunk it on the face.
All right.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah,
clunks.
it clunkety
Clunks,
clunkies.
actually. 5.
How do you want to do this?
Ah!
You mean I killed it? You mean I actually killed that fucking
Yeah.
fart vapor? Okay. I'm literally going to walk up to my spirit weapon that is a giant dragon's claw, and together we're just going to go.
Okay, with the forceful batting of this airspace, you eventually see that the claws rake across it and just start to disintegrate it as it just kind of meets in the middle before you both kind of feel nothing left. As you just raked through all of the remaining gelatinous air.
I give a high five to my spirit weapon. Like, that's how we do it back home. Hey, Valindra, you're
did it-
alive.
Did it leave anything behind when it died?
You don't see anything.
Memories.
Alright, cool. Alright, so note to self, there's invisible things.
Out here. Who would have guessed?
Maybe stay a little bit closer and I'll not doubt it next time you say you can't move.
Thank you. We both appreciate it.
Back,
Say, oh, Rook, we can't move. I don't fucking believe you.
I mean,
I'm just saying, it does sound like the kind of thing you would do as a prank.
I have yet to prank you. I have yet. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I've done it once. I pranked you once.
You literally tried to pour water on my head. I wouldn't put it past you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead back to scouting. Stay a little bit closer to me this time, please.
okay.
17 stealth.
Relying on that natural little hood of yours, but yes. You
It is-
sneak forward as best you can.
Gonna take Varkesh's hand again to lead him through the darkness, and I'll give his hand a little squeeze.
Okay.
Make sure it's the non-killy hand.
Don't want to hold the hand and come back with a stub. But yes.
Fine, I'll fix it later.
Here we are. Where's my arm?
You do continue down the hallways, Rook, as you curve to the left. You see the hallway continues to curve to the right as a little bit of an extended hallway continues further in with a tiny bend.
But you are so immature with it.
It's down to wherever you wish to go. You can go right or straight on.
I'll be hanging, sticking to the left.
Continue to go straight on, and as you walk forward, please make a dexterity saving throw without checking for traps.
The rogue didn't do the rogue-like thing.
Nothing happened.
Well, that was fucking anticlimactic.
This was me just poking fun at the rook, who was so adamant at doing perception checks, and it's like, oh, the one time. No, there's no trap. You're fine.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Like,
no,
it's the more you know and lessons learned trap. You did spring it.
Yeah, no, you are fine. But you continue down the hallway. The familiar, very geometric and uniformly placed markings and candles light this corridor leading into.
And that wonderful prompt I will keep an eye on still.
Okay. Yep.
I'm just walking with Valindra, like swinging our arms back and forth. This is a lovely walk.
No, there's nothing.
Don't swing so
You
hard.
feel very confident in your investigative skills.
You're breaking my arm, you fucking idiot!
And peek around the corner here.
All right. As you peek around the corner, you can see a larger square chamber. This one, again, leading up to a platform on the top with a set of stairs just to the side. And at the back center, you see a pristine, beautiful carving of a unicorn made with this real lifelike marble, as if the gray veins are almost actually life veins into the creature itself, as it appears almost as if it was just frozen cotton fear spotting you, but it doesn't move. But the eeriness of its lifelike nature is just a little off-putting. The whole figure is made of this beautiful marble, but the horn isn't. You notice that the unicorn horn itself actually looks to be made of almost like an iridescent pearl, as if like it's been made like an actual horn, a bone that has been made with that rainbow discoloring. That's just the kind of like when oil is dripped in the sunlight. You can see it begin to gleam and shine.
Well, here's something. Can you do that trick again, Varkesh?
Oh no, I can only do that once a day, but I wish I could do it twice. But I lean over and I look towards the horn, and I just look down to Valindra and go, "He's got a big horn, right?" And I just start elbowing her, like gently nudging her. Like, big horn, get it? Big horn, right?
It's a
Big horn.
big horn, I guess.
It's a big horn. Anyway, let's continue.
Wait, no, I want the unicorn.
Well, how do you propose we move it?
Oh, Rook, I will say, with your natural 20, because you're very perceptive right now, you do notice that because this horn is completely different in composition and color to the marble, it looks like it's a separate piece.
Actually,
Maybe you could climb up there and...
well, yeah, move my way up here and try to pull the horn up.
Okay.
Maybe check for traps first. Before you
Well, that
go.
perception was a natural 20, partially for that trap checking. So.
I mean, he feels very confident and cocky that there's no problem. And yeah,
I'm going to name Valindra.
you're able to
Jiminy Cricket.
bring your hand up to the top. The statue's kind of tall for you, but you are able to reach the horn with your grasp, and you just kind of give it a little twist, and then you pop it right off. And you hold this unicorn horn in your hand. And as you all notice this, the horn leaving the statue, there's a giant hole at the center of this stallion's head, and it begins to bleed a black ooze.
Oh,
And you notice this smoke begin to push out a deep purple, blue, black kind of form that just twists and turns and comes out and lands next to Rook before it begins to shape into a humanoid figure as you see this bluish tint skin take shape and a dark mantle of black robes with white hair form up as it looks around and grips its hand into nothing before it just solidifies a halberd, a massive looking weapon that it turns on you, Rook. I need you all to roll for initiative.
This is lovely.
There's so many initiatives.
I'm just like, I can't keep doing this. I
God damn
can't
it.
keep life transferring Valindra. She will be more I will be the elf person by the end of this. This is unfair.
Oh, that's a big boy, too.
You do notice that every time you seem to do something, there might be something
Am I-
in weight for anyone who tries to steal a specific
If I
creature.
get a 7, oh my god.
All right.
Now,
Give me something above a 10! Damn it!
quick question here. Does this horn look like something I could use as a weapon at all?
You could try as an improvised weapon if you wanted to.
Nah, none of it's improvised.
Well, yeah, it's all right. But yeah. So, the creature.
I love guys.
All right.
Joyous days.
So, top of the round is Rook. Rook, what do you wish to do as you see this looming, dark, demonic creature staring down at you, teeth curled out to the side as it kind of grins a little bit?
Good morning. I'll try to insightful fighting it.
Okay. All right. As you look at the
Good
creature just
morning.
going, oh, please let there be a weak spot. Please let there be a weak spot.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled real low on that.
All right. You notice that the creature is still forming, and a lot of its body is still just like wisp and smoke. So at the moment, if you aim for the areas that aren't fully created as like a flesh, they seem to have a bit more of like a way to cut them. So yeah.
All right, let's take a stab at this with my silver rapier.
Okay.
Good morning.
18 hits.
For 24 points of
All right.
piercing.
You do see that as you jab it in and bring it back, it does leave a clean slice on the creature, causing this kind of the smoke to dissipate and the actual kind of black ichor blood begins to pour out of the wound freely before it just kind of tries to seal itself back up again.
Okay. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Varkesh.
I look down to Linda. I have to let go of your hand, sweetie. I really have to. And I will go around the corner, and I will sacred flame this thing right in the tits.
Okay.
Hurrah! For a powerful 1 more than 7.
All right. It makes a dex save.
Ah!
It takes the full 8 damage
Oh, fucking does it.
as you see it just score across the creature.
And I'll use my bonus action to pop round the corner and go, good morning! Just,
All right, yeah.
just look at Rook and just hide back round the corner again.
Okay. All right. You notice
Okay.
you notice that as it gets to its turn, it begins to seal the wound that you made into it, and it begins to heal itself again. And you notice that it's no longer as hurt as it once was. Oops. I did plus 88, which would have been bad.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, that'd be
no,
a bit much.
not that much help. But yes. So you do notice that as it looks down at you, it does bring its shadowed halberd up, raises it with its hands, and then cleaves it down.
Okay. And
12.
that'll do.
All right, and then the second one,
Take a quick
13.
step to the side.
As you quickly duck and dodge away from this glaive attack, not making
Actually,
any
I'll
purpose
slide
of
to the
you.
left specifically.
Cha cha now, yo.
Okay, all right.
And I'll
It
take
is,
a hop to the right.
It is Valindra's turn.
Two off this time.
Take it back now, yo.
No. It's just a step to the left and then a hop to the right. Guys, this is a time warp.
Oh god.
Oh, you want to do that one? Oh, I know. I was still thinking the other one. Cha cha, real slow now. This is when you need someone with minor illusion to play the spell. The disco sounds.
You're
No.
right. That'd be fantastic.
Valindra, it is your turn.
Well, I will bonus action hex.
Hex.
X.
Hand to
Let's
hex.
hex him up, and then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him. Maybe. God, that is so
Ooh.
fucking natural 20.
Well, the second one does hit. But yeah,
She's so like Steve
Ooh,
Irwin comes
all
out.
right,
She's
yep.
angry.
you deal 1 force damage as the bolt just kind of hits more of the cloak, and you kind of just graze.
Well, I will also use my action surge
Ooh, all right.
to attack again.
Okay, as you launch 2 more bolts. Is that the
What's
exact same dice? Well, the second one hits.
I
Ooh, 8.
and one.
All right. Yeah.
We
yeah.
are probably the most anemic adventurers on the fucking face of the earth.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
5 damage. 1
Rook,
damage.
it is your turn.
Okay.
Unlike Rook, who gets 15.
I'll try to stab it again.
Okay. You go ahead and you stab at the creature.
Wonder if I
That
rolled to hit
does
that, but-
not hit. Sadly, you try to, and you see that he grips your sword and flings it to the side.
Acceptable. I'll take an offhand again with a paralytic bolt this time.
Okay.
Paramedic bolt? Are you going to heal it?
Paralytic.
Oh, right.
27 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
For
And as you do, you launch it, and it powders across him. He makes a con saving throw, DC 15.
yep, and that's 19 points of damage.
All right. Actually, sorry, it's a plus. Well, it's fine. So, yes. But you do the 19 points of damage, and you see that as it inhales this poison toxin, it doesn't seem to be phased by it. It just kind of pushes it out, not letting it seize its muscles.
Make a constipation saving throw.
And then I'll go ahead and end my turn, actually.
Okay.
Really good.
Varkesh, it is your turn.
I look to Valindra and like kind of contemplating, should I stick around for life transference again? Then I will go and I will guiding bolt it right in the face.
Okay, guiding bolt. What level are you casting this at?
I will be casting this at a level 1 just to see what it does. Hopefully damage. But
Well,
still,
if it hits, absolutely.
Hopefully damage.
hopefully damage. Guiding bolt. Kamehameha! 17.
17 just hits.
What do you mean just hits? Good
That means that
lord.
it barely hits. But it's
Well, it hits 14 damage.
If only I got that crit. If only
I mean, everyone's doing the advantage crits. But yeah, you do see that this radiant beam hits it and embeds it into the creature, causing it to sparkle and shine. You can see that there's this opening for people to aim for, giving advantage to the next strike.
Disco Fever, Valindra, get him.
And that's your turn.
just grits her teeth, the whole cat. I'm gonna get him.
I go full barrel on him.
But yes, do you wish to do anything else?
Fuck. I'm going to Spirit Weapon at a higher level. At level 3. Wait, I can only do it at level 2 if it's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, lower. Yes, that or lower.
Okay, then I will wait until my next action, and then I will do that as my action.
Okay. As it turns and looks at you two in the hallway, it takes its hand and begins to form what looks to be the most of its gas, this kind of cloud that it's still formulating in itself, and you see it just launch it towards you, this blast of dark energy, and you feel this ugly penetration, like just seeping into your body.
Counterspell.
I need...
You don't need anything.
No, actually, it's alright. I know this is only going towards Varkesh. So let's see, this is...
I gave most of my life to the elf!
Alright, here we go. So this is what it is. Alright, Varkesh, what's your current health at?
If I say negative, don't hit me, will you not hit me?
Oh, I just need to know what the total is. What's your current total?
Well, you mean my max, or is it...
No, your current total.
My current total is 58.
Is it? That's fine. This is not lethal damage.
You fucking could have fooled me and my butt puckered and everything.
So I just wanted to make sure because you feel it and you feel extremely drowsy, very drowsy, to the point that you nearly fall over and want to sleep, but then you kind of get that little moment where your head hits the dirt wall and you're like, oh wait, and you just don't succumb to the sleep
Quick,
spell.
Valindra, give me a Red Bull and a sugar cookie.
I thought you were gonna get disintegrated.
Nope, it
That would have been
to-
like the worst fucking end for this character.
Yeah,
It seemed
well,
to try and launch this drowsy gas, this kind of noxious form. Valindra, wait a minute. Valindra, are you still Fey ancestry? Are you immune to sleep? Can magical sleep not put you to sleep because of the elf? Or did you not take that?
I did not take that.
Oh, you didn't take that? What's your current hit points?
Oh, it's 47.
Okay, actually, Varkesh, you don't feel this. Valindra, it absorbs you. The creature with the lowest hit points takes it first. You pass out. You are currently sleeping on the floor, unconscious. Varkesh, you don't really notice this.
Transference the elf.
Sadly. So, Valindra, you are just sleeping in the hall.
It's a good idea usually, but not right now.
But yes, so sadly, without that Fey ancestry, you're just sleeping away.
Awesome.
Rook, it is your turn.
Are you having a good time, Kayla? 'Cause
I wasn't hitting anything anyway, so if one of us has to discuss this, it's probably me.
But yeah,
Oh no!
Rook, what do you wish to do?
I'll keep it here and continue trying to stab it.
Okay.
I don't want this leaving this position. So I can avoid it.
All right.
So I
Your
might as well
attack.
leave it there.
Your attack is made with advantage.
The way 28 to hit.
All right, that hits. Luckily for you.
26 points of piercing damage.
Nice, nice. As you once more cut into where the gas is still at, and you kind of cleave it away as it bleeds.
Okay.
It looks pretty
I'll
hurt.
take nice. Take an offensive attack with another paralytic bolt.
Okay. All right. So you launch once more a paralytic bolt, and you shoot it up. Go ahead and roll for the attack. 17 hits. All right.
For 3 points of damage.
All right. So he makes his con save. 8.
You know what?
He does not succeed.
Party is like. Rook is the cheerleader. Varkesh and Valindra are the flag girls of the group.
So you see that as that happens, he is stunned for the moment as the inhaling of this one can't exhale out quick enough, and he just kind of he chokes for a moment, and he's now currently stunned. Varkesh.
My turn.
So I'm not sleepy.
No.
I'm going to go over to Valindra, pick her up, sling her over my shoulder. Would that be an action, or can I do that as a bonus action?
Well, are you going to try to wake her up?
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure how I do it without giving her a good slap.
That's fine. You can wake someone up without dealing damage to them, but it does take your action to wake them.
I will hold her aloft and go and just do really like a British nanny and go, wake up!
Yeah. Jiggling it like a little noodle from the pool. Just wake up, and Valindra, you come back to consciousness.
What trees today?
As you're just kind of going, just wobbling around, but you are awake.
Are we done yet?
The creature just remains motionless.
See if I can get the burp. There we go.
It doesn't seem to move, but Valindra, you come back to consciousness, and it is your turn. As you can see, that Varkesh has woken you, and the demon is still right on Rook's ass.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, I can hold my concentration of hex for up to 8 hours. Does it go away if I don't?
It does go away when you fall asleep.
Okay.
But from earlier. But from earlier, from the first fight where I had hex.
Well, yeah, your hex, any concentration spell you hold just falls off when you go unconscious.
Okay, but so I had cast hex during the first fight, and then I cast hex again. But could that cast of hex that I had in this fight count as was that still hangover from the first fight?
No, I believe it was not. You have from what I remember, the hex can only be transferred as a bonus action upon immediate death. It doesn't linger for you to reapply.
Okay, then I will just Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Basically, he means no.
Oh, well. Yes. The second one hits.
Happy days are here again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right, 11 damage. 11 force damage, not bad. As the creature is still regaining itself, and you just take advantage of this, and you shoot a nice blast right into his chest. As you can see, a kind of dented, bruised hole form as some of the ichor spills out.
If only I still had hex. God damn it. Oh,
Yeah.
Rook, it is your turn.
Alright, well, he's stunned, so I'll go ahead and...
He is no longer stunned.
Wait, did anyone take advantage of the guiding bolt? I can't remember if you remembered that, Andrew.
I did,
They did.
yes.
He did. Yes.
Okay. I just remember
So he's not stunned any longer?
He's no longer stunned.
Well, that's a really... Okay.
At the end of its turn.
Ah, yeah, okay. Alright, still take a stab at it. 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. Yeah. And stun doesn't give you advantage on the attack. Stun just means it can't take any actions.
No, it gives advantage on the attacks, it's just
Does it?
not
Oh, right. I'm just remembering. Paralyzed is crits, stunned is advantage, and grapple is nothing. All right. 26.
That's 26 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, he looks really hurt.
Ah.
And offhand hand crossbow.
No,
14.
that misses sadly. As you try to get that last shot in, it doesn't hit.
On my turn?
Yeah. Varkesh?
I will Sacred Flame him,
Okay.
and then I will... Wait, have I still got Valindra in my grasp?
Yes.
I will actually throw her like a javelin towards the creature.
Okay.
You fucking what?
That sure. That's a dex.
I'm just gonna Sacred Flame. I'm gonna put Valindra down off to the side and go, no sleepy gas for you. And then I'm just gonna Sacred Flame the creature.
Okay. All right. He just succeeds, just barely succeeds, getting out of the way of the Sacred Flame that nearly would have taken him off.
I understand she has pointy ears, but like I don't think she'd work as a thrown spear.
But yeah.
Just a bit of starch forward would be fine.
Right.
Yeah, is that it? Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. As it gets to him, you notice that his form tries to recollect itself again, but instead of him holding it together, he lets himself go as you see his form break apart as black clouds once more fill the room, and you see this gaseous cloud hover and retreat out.
I beat him. Everyone saw it. I beat him.
We saw it get away.
You just see it continue to float away. You can try to do something if you want.
I want to know. Well, does it look like he's casting a spell to make himself go all woo?
He looks to be able to cast without. It just seems to be almost like he does it at will. It's like a melted form. You can tell it's definitely magic, but it's just.
Okay. Would I be able to counterspell it?
Oh. I think you should be
had
able
already
to. Yes, you can counterspell it. He still has to do the motion actions for it. So yeah, you wish to counterspell.
Counterspell.
All right. And what's the level you cast at?
4th level.
It's 4th level?
Yes.
Okay. As you see him begin to coalesce, you nullify the spell that he's trying to do, and you see his form stick back together as if it's been held in place. He does not retreat.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Finish him. Finish him.
Okay, Valindra, it's your turn.
I am out of spells now, y'all. I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
All right, sure, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe we'll see what actually happens. Ooh.
They both hit.
Well, that's a 3 and that's a 7, so that's a total of 10.
All right, he looks really bad. He looks really hurt. He looks as hurt as he was just before he tried to reform himself.
It's up to you, Rook. Kill him. Peck him to death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
It's your turn, Rook. What do you want to do?
Alright, using that Silver Fear again. 28 to hit
Oh, yeah. It hits.
for 22 points of piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hey! As it coalesces, I'm just going to have my rapier up at its head, just holding it there.
All right, so as you kind of get it right into the point where it's just kind of formed in there, kind of halfway, it just looks down at the blade as you kind of do your own quirky tilt to the head with the bird like, do you want me to?
I swear to goodness, wacky turkey.
And then you just cleave it, completely severing the head off as it just topples on the floor, bleeding out.
You're killing the quirky turkey.
The quirky turkey.
But the creature seems to just make this black... The gas that was once in the air kind of coalesces down into water and just hits the ground, turning into that black puddle along with the blood that spills out of this creature.
Was anything left behind?
Nothing.
What he just described.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
just see this whole thing is just black ooze and water.
How much time we
Did
got?
any of it get on my feathers?
I mean, a little bit here and there might have sprayed you, but nothing, too bad.
I immediately step back, pull out a water skin, and start washing it off.
Okay.
Don't have time for that right now.
You can make an
don't have
intelligence
time for
check if you want to see how long you've been here.
I will make you a bird bath when we get back.
It doesn't fix the problem right now.
Okay, I mean, you don't know. You could have been here for half an hour. It could have been an hour. It's kind of hard to keep track. The moment of just being assaulted on left and right, you don't know.
I mean, we have 3 items, guys. Do we really need to keep going?
I think maybe.
I don't think it hurts to continue on. I'll try to discern how long we've been in here as well at this point.
I still have a bit of magical clout left.
Make an intelligence check.
6.
It could be half an hour. It could be an hour.
So I have kind of lost track of time.
We are not the most put together group. I'm going to try and I would like to make the attempt to remember how much time we have spent down here already.
Make an intelligence check.
One of us needs that keen mind trait, guys.
Yeah. It could be half an hour. It could be up to an hour. I mean, you don't know. It's just... You all think for a moment. It's just like trying to debate how long you've been here. And one of you just pipes up with it, I think it's been half an hour, maybe an hour. And you go, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right, too. And you all agree. It's sounds...
Winnie, how long have we been in here?
Winnie just tilts its head looking at you. Just not
No,
sure
yes.
where to
This
go.
counts on his paws.
Either way, I think we should try to find one more and then get out of here just to be safe.
Well, lead the way. I'll take Varkesh's hand again.
Okay?
This is becoming a frequent thing.
Well, I just imagine that
I'm
as
not
Rook...
going to complain.
As Rook sneaks off and just continues on, and Valindra puts the hand out and Varkesh takes it, we just hear that slight raising in the music of dun 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 dun, I wanna hold your hand. As you start walking down the hallway. I wanna hold your hand.
So good.
Well, since this room is right here, I'll peek in real quick.
Alright, as you turn and go up to the right, you follow a set of stairs climbing up to a higher tier, and you can see on a platform a large, jolly-looking statue. It seems to be a little fat and portly, made of what looks to be perhaps a bronze or brass, some kind of goldenish metal with a slight dull tint. You can see that in his lap, he's holding what appears to be a jug, some kind of oddly shaped ceramic piece of a vase that has multiple, what looks to be spouts sticking out the side of it.
Okay. I'd like to look for any traps in the room.
I'll go ahead and make a perception check.
23.
No, the room is clear of traps.
Alright, and then I'll move up here and try to peek into the little vase. Or the little jug he's got.
Say pee in the vase.
No, peek
Well,
in.
All right.
the top part of the vase is sealed, like there's a cork in there, stopping anyone from really being able to get into it, but you can see the spouts on each side, and each spout that you look at has a glaze cap, and each glaze cap is a different color. You see green, white, yellow, red. It's an odd kind of... You feel like it can't retain water, and yet by inspecting it and even maybe touching it, you feel like there's water or some kind of liquid inside.
Does it look like something that I can take from the statue?
Oh yeah, you could easily lift it.
Well, this could be our last object. Should I try to take it?
Barkesh will forge a blast shield.
Might not be a bad idea.
Wanna poke around? I mean, we're only gonna take one more object if we try to find the best object.
I agree.
I mean, we kind of lost track of time. We can try, but this would be a quick one and an out.
I feel like we've already explored quite a bit of it. Can't be too
Yes, we've looked through a lot, but again, we do still need to make our way back as well, and we don't know how long it's been.
I mean, if we can find something that's big enough for me to carry, I could carry it back.
All right, well, we'll do that then. Let's go.
Do.
Okay, so you leave the jug alone?
Yes.
Alright, you leave it alone. You
Watch that be
continue
the super cool item.
You continue turning full around and going straight down the hallway before you enter a large, absolutely massive chamber. Inside, you can see two grand pillars holding up the weight of this ceiling in the center, these massively carved forms just kind of hook itself right in the hallway at the middle. And you can see a pair of stairs leading straight up into the back onto a set of flanked tier platforms, about maybe almost 10 feet in height, left and right of you. And you can see more stairs at the edge of the corners of the room going up, leading to what appears to be piles of gold, silver, platinum, jewels, swords, shields, a multitude of treasures, just a variety of all these different precious metals and stones and rocks and gems, all piled up in the back. In the dead center of the room, you do see the grandest sculpture that you've ever seen, towering taller than the platinum dragon that you saw before. You can see this one is made of a bronze, a massive dark kind of black brown, as this huge massive owl stares down at you, its eyes still completely encased in this frozen visage, as you can see the wings spread wide, covering both of the stairways and kind of like draping them with its wings shadowing down. And you can see suits of armor scattered across the side, standing up, adorned in this very beautiful, intricately made and just like pressed with these patterns inside and around them. It's beautiful. And you can see just at the top, in the corner in the back, right up in the top, two fountains. Tiny little things that you can see, two spouts of water coming out and trickling into the basins, making a very soft pattering noise as you can hear the water trickle into the chamber, the only sound in this room.
Y'all, this room is trouble.
Two things. A track record of things coming to life and trying to kill us already. I'm concerned about these statues around. But also, some of these weapons might be magical, and I'm getting kind of tired of things being perfectly okay when I stab them. So I would like to look around first for traps, and then I want to search the piles. Anything that will
resist me.
All right, feeling your inner magpie take hold of you, you look around for traps.
Only a 16. That's
No,
really low.
nothing obvious. No tripwire, no pressure plate that you can see.
Next up, I'm going to look through each of these piles of gems, gold, and money, and so on and so forth for any rapiers.
Wait, Rook. If you find a pearl, any pearl, give it to me, please.
If I find a what?
A pearl.
Pearl, okay, certainly.
An oyster poop, whatever you would like to call it.
I will help Brooke look for magic rapiers and oyster.
Okay, so Rook and Valindra and Varkesh, do you also wish to look around?
I am just literally going to go to the biggest pile of anything and just open my bag of holding and just start shoveling everything in.
Okay, all right, so go ahead and do that. Rook, you look around, make an investigation check with advantage as Valindra is helping you. All right. You look for a rapier, and you see that there are probably a good 4 or 5 of them scattered around. No scabbards, just laying plain on the ground. You can see some of them they have jewels on them, some are adorned. At the moment, you don't know if any of them are magical, but you can see there's at least about 5.
I want to grab them all.
Okay, so you go through and you start grabbing each one of the 5 as Varkesh begins to shovel the actual gems and gold into his bag of holding. As this happens, you hear a weird shifting noise, as if like something is squeaking, and you hear a slight hollow and you turn and you see that the plates of armor that were standing at attention, decorative in nature, twist their heads almost like an owl, full 180 degrees, just to follow your presence and where your intrusion is, and they draw their weapons. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Do you know what I was going to do? Do you know what I was actually going to do? The first thing I was thinking of is that I'm going to go over to each set of armor and shove them into my bag of holding.
Should have done that.
That'd be hilarious. I love it.
To
I
just,
got a
like,
funny one.
steal Andrew's means of attacking. God damn it. Now poop.
All right.
Hey, that's a nice initiative.
Nice, nice, very nice.
Do I go first this time? I think I do.
You might. Okay. Let's see these bad boys. What do they have for their decks? Probably not a lot, but you never know.
If one gets higher than me, I'm gonna cry.
3.
I mean, the decks on these NPCs have not been that high. None of them have rolled really above a 15. Even the Rusties, they were 13 or 14 was their highest. So they're not doing so well. All right, let's go ahead and never whisper.
I mean, I can't see them. Okay, you're whispering them.
Oh no, I said never whisper. I had to change that, so there we go.
Uh-huh.
12, 10, 6, 15. So yeah, not too phenomenal, but all right.
You go first.
All right, and 6, and 15. All right, at the top of the round, we start with Varkesh.
Okay. I am going to cast Dispel Magic on the closest suit of armor on me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me.
A wisdom check. A wisdom check.
That is your spellcasting modifier. Sadly, you try to focus the dispel onto it, and you push your energy out, but it's not enough to cling to the creature and cause its form to kind of disintegrate and break apart. It still retains itself. And
Dang
sadly, it doesn't do anything.
I will use my bonus action to flip off the suit of armor.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely think that it doesn't really mind or care.
Shit.
Rook, it is your turn.
We'll take a random one of the fancy rapiers I just picked up and stab this thing.
Okay.
Alright, so this is going to be 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Cool. For 9, and then 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 20 points. You do see that as you puncture the rapier in, it goes straight through the chest, and you see it pull out as kind of parts of the armor fall apart. Its arm and its shoulder guard just kind of breaking off as the straps that held it there just hit the ground, and it is now a one-armed armor coming after you.
I like it. I'll actually go ahead and use my movement to get around to here and shoot at it with my crossbow.
Okay.
11. Well, 25 hit, actually.
Well, sadly, Valindra is 10 feet above you.
Oh, well, in that case, I will not do that. I'll stay there.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. So you're at that little bit of it, like an advantage for height, but yes. All right. But 11 misses, sadly.
Yep.
But yeah, the creature, unfazed by your attacks, moves around and up the stairs. You do get one attack of opportunity.
I will take it. I will take a different one of the rapiers and stab it again.
Sure. Valindra, you also get an attack of opportunity since it did break within your 5-foot range. 28 hits.
7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Alright. Oh, that hits too. Both hit. Alright, Valindra, you see him stab and kind of break apart some of the armor, but as it starts to walk up the stairs, you quickly flick these blasts, and the armor sprays apart and becomes lifeless. But yeah,
She's like, ah! I did something.
So, yeah, it tried to get to you. Didn't work so well. Varkesh, this one walks around and goes up the stairs to you.
Bring it, Tin Man.
As it swings its own, what looks to be like a blunted sword, but it just kind of uses its force to hit at you. 23.
Don't bring it, Tin Man.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage as the second one comes down, but you block it with your shield.
Clang. Bitch, didn't touch me.
Valindra, it's your turn.
Okie dokie, well, I will Eldritch Blast that one.
Okay, go right ahead.
Actually, no, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that one.
Oh, the one in the distance. The one closest to Varkesh or farthest? I missed it.
Farthest from
Alright, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's
Yes,
not
yes,
cool.
yes.
20.
The farther they are, the better you hit. As Valindra,
Damage.
you deal, that is, 21 damage. Oh, no, sorry, that's 18. 18
That's
damage.
really good.
Still very good, yeah. You do a solid, as you can see, the helmet pops right off and just stumbles into the coins beneath it. You are now fighting a headless suit of armor, Varkesh.
I just scream.
I will.
As its ally comes up and tries to also take a jab at you.
Oh,
Nope.
bitch.
18 and 16 both miss. As you keep your defenses up with your shield raised, you hear that ting, tung, tung noise as they kind of just batter at you.
My poor armors really need to be like.
Alright, and you see the other one begin to climb up the stairs and go to Valindra, slamming down on you. Natural 20. So,
Hey.
you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Marcus instantaneously knows, and he goes, I think I have to cast life transference again. I'll be right back, guys.
And as this happens, Rook, you would notice this. The statue in the middle,
Oh,
it looks like it's shifting.
Oh,
please say you.
yeah, I saw this shit coming.
Varkesh, it is your turn.
Oh. Okay. I am going to cast Spirit Weapon at level 3 on the tin guy right in front of me.
Okay.
So I really need like a hotkey or something. 14.
Alright, let me just get that spirit weapon. There we go. Right behind it?
Yeah.
Alright. That misses sadly.
Hey. But either way, I cast that at level 3.
Alright. Yeah. No damage, but you wish to do an action?
That was my action.
Bonus action for spirit weapon.
But I cast at level 3 has to be a main action.
Nope. No. The bonus spirit weapon is always a bonus action, but if you were to use the feat that you have to do double cast, you can only do it at second level or lower. So if let's say you cast a
It's just that you said last fight when I asked the same question, you went, yeah, it's about you have to cast if you want to cast spirit weapon high, it has to be an action. You said that.
No. Sorry, it was basically that if you did a main action spell and then wanted to cast it as a bonus action, but it was at third level because you ran out of second levels, then you couldn't do it with that feat.
Okay, then I will take a few steps back. I will take the attack of opportunity.
See, 2 of them. Nope, neither of them hit.
And I will sacred flame them in the face.
Well, you only get to do one. Which one do you wish to do?
The one that I just disengaged from closest to me.
All right. It fails. It takes the full 12 radiant damage. Not bad. It looks really broken and weakened as you just radiant slap it across. You see that another arm and a hand fall off. It's just mostly just like a stub to fight you with.
Puffed up chest. I'm a forge cleric. I can take you apart piece by piece. Bitch.
Really?
Just like,
Does the bird look like it can fit through the door?
oh god, no, please say it doesn't.
It looks like it might have a tight squeeze. It might be able to fit through if it folds its wings.
The bird's moving. We should leave. And I will first take a 5-foot step over to here, then there, and try to stab the armor with a different rapier. So this is a third fancy rapier I've used.
Okay, yeah.
For a 28 to hit.
It hits.
Total of 22 points of damage.
Not bad. 22. It does once more. You see puncture in straight and true coming out as you can see that another bit of straps fall off as the breastplate just opens up and you see this kind of hollow shell of nothing inside.
And I will bonus action disengage, having taken 5 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And take an additional... that'll be another 15, bring it up... I've taken 10, so that'll bring it up to 25 feet of movement. Am I able to get down from this precipice?
You could jump?
Yep. I'll do
Alright.
it.
Yeah, so go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me as you kind of jump off the ledge.
17.
Oh, you're fine. You tumble, roll down, and land on your feet as you are safe on the dirt floor. That your turn?
That'll enter.
All right. Abandoning you, Valindra. We actually go to Varkesh first. This one goes to you. And tries to
Valyndra
swing.
first.
Nope,
You
sadly,
can
it's it rolls 211, so it doesn't hit you.
Can't touch this. No. Just like shuffle away.
Yes, yeah, it's clambering over the coins, and it only has a stub of an arm to try and hit you with. It's not doing much. Kayla, it's your turn.
Okey-doke. I will. Excuse me.
Wait, spirit weapon doesn't get an attack opportunity, does it?
Sadly not, it's not a creature. Valindra, you take 22 damage. Oh, wait. Yeah, because Rook disengaged, so it didn't use its opportunity attack, so it does
Yeah, I
hit
think
you.
I
you
only
can-
take
4
4
attack.
damage, right?
Only 4, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
22.
20 damage. I was like, fuck.
No.
I
Four.
think you read the attack to hit as the attack that was
Yeah.
damaged.
Okay, and then while I'm back here,
Make an acrobatics check as you jump down.
good.
You're fine.
I
Because
will.
you do notice that each tier is about 10 feet high up, so you kind of have to do like a jump. It's not like a little slide step, it's like a literal, it's a jump. 10 foot is almost like jumping from the ceiling of one place of a house down onto the floor, so it's a bit of a leap.
Yeah. I will Eldritch Blast the one I just ran away from.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Ooh, no. At the angle right now is too high. As you try to angle it up, the dirt from the actual platform is in your way, and you just kind of hit it, and it just sprays up dirt into the air.
Bang for that crit.
I know.
All right, Varkesh, this other one continues to press the attack on you.
It's nothing.
18 and
Nothing.
8. So no,
Nothing.
they just keep tinking the armor as it just boom, boom, bashes across. But you all notice that Varkesh is kind of slowly being backed away. The other
Leave-
one
leave
comes
me alone.
here and looks down and tries to reach and hit you with its slight little weapon in its hand to punch down and try and get you.
Yeah.
Let's see. 18.
That hits.
All right, you just take 7 bludgeoning damage and then 12.
That misses. But I'll
Alright.
uncanny dodge on that 7.
Okay, sure, yeah. So you notice that this halberd or spear that it seems to hold that it tries to jab you with doesn't quite get too much on you. But you do notice now the statue in the middle has fully come to life.
Oh, good.
And it
I mean, that's pretty badass. I like
it does roll for its own initiative as we have it begin its combat in here.
No.
Roll.
There we go. All right.
Hello, right?
Okay, it rolled a 10.
Okay.
It rolled a 10. That means it doesn't beat me.
No, Varkesh, it is your turn.
I will step away. I will obviously take the attack of opportunity
Mm-hmm.
from both of them. So let them roll for the attacks.
All right.
Let the pain flow.
10
Misses.
and natural 1. So no.
It misses like a biatch.
The stumpers, it just can't do anything.
Okay, then I will move my spirit weapon to its nearest enemy, or victim.
Mhm.
I will obviously have it attack.
Yeah,
Whoop angle, and there you go. I'll just like smack it down. 17.
just misses.
Motherfucker.
Sadly, it doesn't do anything.
Fine. You know what? Fine. Sacred googly flame.
Sure, yeah. It rolls a 7. So no, it takes the full 11 damage, and as you just blast this radiant arc towards it, it scatters the armor as it joins the pile beneath it.
Yeah. That's all he does.
All right, Rook, it is your turn.
Well, I'll take a stab at this guy in retaliation.
Okay.
With another a random rapier. Those 4 of the 5 I've tried.
Yep. It hits.
24 to hit. Well, I don't get sneak attack, so 11 points of piercing damage.
11 is enough. As
Cool.
you just get it right up between the groin and you pull it out, just kind of taking the greaves out underneath it as it splits in half, falls backwards.
Rakesh, bird moving. We should leave. And
I
they'll-
can see you that you're moving, and I know you're a bird. I'm busy.
And I'm getting out of there.
Okay.
In fact, I'll even bonus action dash.
Okay.
There we go. That'll put me there. And I'm
Alright. Alright. Yeah, those animated armors are gone, so... Valindra, it's your turn.
Are all the animated armors gone, or
There's still one up, but the other ones in the initiative are out.
And this thing is like fully awake now.
It
yeah?
is, and it is looking at you.
Well then I'll Eldritch Blast that one.
Okay.
Boop.
Well, the first one absolutely hits.
Nice.
9 force damage. Nice.
Okay, and then go ahead.
Oh yeah, so you absolutely hit it. You see the head bump back a bit as the force punches its head up, and then it just brings it back down.
Okay, and I will. No, Farkash. He means the giant bird in the middle. We should really go. And
What giant bird? Oh, that giant bird.
And I will.
Oh, fine. I guess I'll see you back at the place where it's safe before I can
I'm not
catch up.
leaving you, Farkash. I'm keeping eyesight on it.
Which is ironically really, really funny because my hand holder who helps me see in the dark has now left me completely blind.
Jesus, you're right.
So now I'm fighting with a big ass handicap.
Okay. Yeah, but the creature is focusing on Valindra, and you see it folds its wings in on itself and begins to kind of do this hobbling forward motion that the birds do. And it makes its way to you.
The hobbity hop.
And it does
So-
crouch down low, and you see Varkesh, it enters the hallway and goes towards Valindra.
Look out! It's after you.
You're welcome.
Says obviously.
As the animated armor moves closer to Varkesh and tries to strike at him. 20.
Misses.
8. Alright, so the creature doesn't seem to be able to get past your armor. It is your turn, Varkesh.
Alright, I'm going to take a step back. I am going to have my spirit weapon go up and give him the good old reach around. I really got to fucking make a quick thing for this. 14 definitely misses because it's
Ooh,
a suit of
sadly.
armor and it can suck a fat fucking dick. And then I'm going to fucking sacred googly flames right on its face.
Alright, it's able to avoid the blast as the sacred flame just kind of hits the coins, making like a little spark shower as they kind of...
I will then
Tink off
use
his
my
armor.
free action to exhaustedly shout, I'll be with you when I can.
Alright, Rook, it is your turn.
Bollocks.
Did I hear the bird come into the cavern?
I mean, you do hear the sound of a heavy noise as it just kind of makes its way.
Was it a fucking goose?
So now I know for a fact that Rakesh is stuck in there, and I'm not just gonna leave him.
I'm fine. I'm a big boy. I can handle myself.
I'll come up to right here and take a stab at the bird.
Okay.
With the last random rapier.
Okay.
18 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. And I do get sneak attack as Valindra's there for 23 points of piercing damage.
Alright. You do see it does go and carve into the actual soft metal. You can see that it's actually more of a organic mixture. It's not actually a solid brass. There's some kind of texturing to it. But yeah, it
And
does go
I'll-
through.
Bonus action and crossbow.
Okay.
I don't have very many shots this left. Being that I did have some organic, though, I will go ahead and use the paralytic bolt.
Okay.
I only have one more of these left after this, so I need to hit.
Oh, it hits.
Or 10 points of piercing. Nope, that wouldn't actually be accurate. 1 moment. 2 points of piercing.
All right, yeah, you definitely get the 2 points. And as you see the gas form up, the creature doesn't inhale, it doesn't breathe. No part of it seems to affect it. It just doesn't mind.
Hey, Valindra, does that bird look like a great tit to you?
At best, you could say it's a horny owl, but so and Valindra, what do you wish to do as you have these massive wings pushed up and kind of trying to surround you a little bit in the hallway?
He's not paralyzed, right?
Nope, doesn't seem to be petrified, paralyzed, or frozen in any way.
Sweet. God. I'm gonna back up to here.
You take an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
All right, you do feel this wing bash down at you, taking 7 bludgeoning damage as it just batters you down the hall a little bit, making you stumble and roll.
Does anybody have some birdseed?
Okay, I will Eldritch Blast all out of.
Okay, that hits. Ugh, that misses. No, nat 1. But you do damage for the 9, not bad. Yeah.
Good question. Is the owl currently squeezing to fit in here?
Its wings like did this, like the little hobble motion, and then when it spread them out a little bit, it could only get so far with them, and you can see them pressing into the walls, but the dirt is soft, and you can basically punch and scrape and dig out at any time, and you see that it just kind of just dents into it whenever it moves. It just kind of displaces it as it gets its way around.
Okay, so it is not considered to be squeezing.
Nope, not squeezing. Yeah. And it looks intently at you, Rook.
Party.
And it makes its attacks with advantage on you.
Hey.
Just because.
And you do see that it is not actually trying to hurt you, it's trying to grapple you.
Oh, good.
So, actually, sorry, it's a strength. So, strength is a 19.
I don't like that.
The favor, fuck together.
Nope.
Alright, so as you try to get out of the way, it quickly grabs you, and you see, Valindra, that he's picked up the bird, and he turns with Rook and begins to bring him back into the chamber.
He's going to take you to his love nest.
I don't like this idea.
So you go about there, but it does do a turnaround, so you're at that point. It's just like pick up and rotates, and
I just shout out, "Hey, Rook!"
But you're kind of just like a kitten in a cat's mouth, just dangling right there in the beak with a bit of your cloak and back just kind of holding there.
Aw. He's gonna get fucking gaped.
And Varkesh, you see 2 more slams coming right at you as you raise your shield up, trying to stop them. The second one, bopping you again on that unprotected snout.
Why is it with my face? Leave my pretty face.
It's the only thing that's got no armor. And
my shins have no armor. My feet have no armor.
Your
My
shins have
tail
armor.
has no armor. Actually, that's true. My feet have no armor.
Your toes. Yeah, but your face is easier to reach. So
I'm 8 foot fucking tall.
yeah, well, reachy weapons, pokey. You take 5 bludgeoning.
Weapons. Pokey.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, but it is your turn, as you do see once more Rook entering the chamber.
Okay, I am going to move my spiritual weapon closer towards. I'm kind of trying to intercept where the date rape bird statue is actually going. I'm going to move it 20 feet in this general direction to try and intercept it. I'm going to move a little bit back, take the attack of opportunity, and then Sacred Googly Flame right in its codpiece.
The armor.
Yes.
All right. It does not succeed, and it takes the 10 radiant damage as you see it just hit the codpiece and pop a hole in the greaves. And now it has this kind of weird gaping section, but hollow again.
It's not dead?
This is the first damage it took.
Oh my god, then screw that. I'm going to move my spirit weapon to engage it.
Okay, yeah, your spirit weapon comes in as you see the dragon claw coming in to push it in the back.
Alright, you Dragon Claw, you best hit, otherwise we're going to have some words.
That hits.
Fucking threatening mannerisms. That's how you get things to work.
Threaten your literal god.
All right. This is at 3rd level, right? Not 4th
Yep.
level.
It's at 3rd level.
All right. 3rd level, it does not get an extra higher cast. It's only at 4th level it gets the higher cast.
I clicked 3, so
It is misprogrammed then, because it only goes up in tiers
well,
every.
I don't mind. If it's just 12, then it's just 12.
Oh, yeah, it's still 12, which is max damage.
I mean, it's better than fuck all.
Oh yeah,
so-
it absolutely slams into the back, and as you see it push in, you notice that some of the claw marks just ding into the actual armor, and as it leaves, you see these rays of light just kind of pierce through it on the other side.
Just think I've just voided the warranty.
Rook, it is your turn. You're still kitten held.
I'm going to use my action to try to escape.
All right, go ahead. Acrobatics or athletics?
25.
Ooh, natural 20. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
you're able to get out.
I think that statue is going to poach your eggs, Rook.
So,
Maybe.
am I correct in the understanding this is a huge creature?
It is a huge creature.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and run under it. 30 feet.
You get the sense that you can't do that, sadly, because the creature itself, though its legs are parted, the back tail feathers are spread wide, so there's no way to kind of get through its feet.
It just sits on you like warming an egg.
Sadly, with D&D enemies, you can't move through their spaces.
You can if they're 2 sizes larger.
I mean, if it had, okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me. Do another one. Your DC will just be 15 to see if you can break through that just barely.
Nice.
Just barely. But you do scurry out.
That'll end my turn.
Okay. You don't want a bonus action anything?
My bonus action was to disengage.
Ah, right. Yes. Valindra. Rook is coming around the corner.
Is Barkesh still in there?
Yep.
We'll move and blast this bird's ass.
All right, go ahead. That hits. Yeah, they both hit. 16 damage. Doing nice. Yeah. You see the Eldritch Blasts. They go and they hit the creature, and you see these punch marks, almost as if there's this indent, as if you made it into clay almost.
Dilly dilly.
I heard a dilly. I don't know what it's for, but yay. Do you wish to do anything else?
No, I'm all out of bonus action spells.
All right.
I'll just yell for Barkesh. Follow the sound of my voice.
And as she
And
says that,
Walking.
the creature comes up, looking intently at Rook. It makes its grapple at advantage. It is keen on you. Very, very keen on you.
Great. Thanks for following.
Oh,
good.
great. Thank you. That's what it was. Thank you for to follow. Ooh, natural 20. It does grab you quite quickly and readily and just picks him back up as he tries to scurry away. And you see that motion of feet doing this in the air as he once more gets lifted.
Never mind, that's a bad idea.
And again, turns around. And it only moves 10 feet in that direction.
Oh, good.
Rook's going to get buggered to death by a step.
I'd say I'm royally fucked, guys.
But yeah, the other armor closes the gap with you, Varkesh.
It's going to take you to new heights.
Natural
Rook.
20 to hit you. You take
Huh?
4
What?
bludgeoning damage from the quick assault as it comes at you and surprises you again with a quick punk to the face.
You know what? As a Forge Cleric, I'm going to literally forge a mini nuke.
But you do then bring your shield out at the last second as the second dink doesn't hit you, and you're just kind of keeping your defenses up as it is your turn.
Right, I am going to move my big scaly blue ass away yet again.
By the way, you don't need to move away for Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame is a dex save. You do not have disadvantage in regards to attacking the creature.
Really?
It's not a ranged spell attack. It is a save from the enemy, so you can do it at melee.
Okay.
Okay.
It's down to you. You can still move.
I'm gonna focus sacred flaming.
Okay. Right nearby him. Okay. He succeeds.
Fuck! I mean, alright, I can deal with that.
Eh. But yeah.
And then I will move my spirit weapon up to scratch the paint on this tent.
Alright, go ahead and roll for an attack. That misses, sadly, as it tries to do any kind of puncturing, but instead it just makes like a bong noise and doesn't really seem to impair it. Rook, it is your turn.
I'm 8 foot tall. I weigh 700 pounds of pure reptilian muscle. I should be able to pull this thing apart.
I mean, you can try grabbing it and pulling it apart, but...
Shut up!
I'll try to break free again.
Alright, you...
24.
Oh, that's a good way to break free. And you just do, as you once more again twist and writhe and slip out.
Would you say Rook's playing hard to get?
I mean, yeah, so far. I'll try to bonus action, disengage, and run under it again.
Alright, make another acrobatics check.
You got it.
Why do birds...
And once more, finding the little vulnerable points, you wait for it to lift itself up to try and look at you, and you just tumble roll down underneath. Oh, this is a very, very weird attempt to get the bird. Valindra, it's your turn.
Please don't give him the bird. I don't want to be gotten.
I'm gonna step in front of Rook,
Okay.
and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the bird.
Okay.
Okay, come on, roll 20. Work with me here. Oh, thank you, roll 20.
Well, the second one hits.
God. Okay.
1 force damage. As you kind of...
to be stronger spells.
You step in the way, trying to be as valiant as you can, and you launch it as a tiny... little flick. Just... Yeah, it doesn't seem to mind it at all, and you see it going towards Rook, but you are in the way. So it does... Yeah, it's going to try to get you out of the way. It's going to pick you up, Valindra. So you make an acrobatics or athletics, up to you. It does not get advantage on this one, though. Didn't need it, but it does pick up Valindra, and you see he rotates Valindra to the side, and as you are in the room, Valindra, he tries to fling you away.
No.
So he's just going to throw you. Now he'll basically move you whatever the strength roll is in feet. 8, so 10. So you roll right there as he flings you back, and you see him step forward and use his second one to try and grapple the bird again.
I'm sorry, Rook.
You tried. I can appreciate the attempt.
And this one he does make with advantage. I mean, you can try to discern why he's very keen on you, but I think you might know.
I'm pretty sure it's for the rapier.
It begins with an R.
Damn it!
You just try to get out of the way, but his wings just pop you onto one side as you kind of land in them, and then he just tilts his head once more and twists it 180 degrees, and then the body follows afterwards as you are once more facing the other side. It only can move you that space.
Here lies Rook, butt buggered by a bird statue.
Varkesh, the armor tries to slam continuously at you. 22.
Misses. You mother.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
You're lucky I am amazingly strong.
It is your turn.
This is great.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to use my free action to go, alright, suit of armor, I don't like you. Fall over. Stop doing this. I have a bird to save from being raped. And I will then use my spirit weapon to hit it, and if that fails, boogly boogly flame into its whatevers.
Alright, so roll for your attack with a spirit weapon.
Ah, spirit weapon, ho!
No, sadly no.
You bollocks and stupid spectral git. Anyway, I will then do my whole
Sacred Flame?
sacred flambe.
It fails.
Yes.
Alright, 9 damage. It looks pretty weak. A lot of it is just...
Die!
It looks like it's just standing. It's pretty much Black Knighting it at this point. No arms, 1 leg, and it's just kind of hopping. But it's still standing.
I can't do this.
Rook, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to escape again.
Okay, once more trying to worm your way out of the grasp.
Could
You
someone
do!
just nice fling a spell just to finish this fucking thing off?
Well, luckily for you, the bird was not able to keep you in its grasp.
I'll try to run under it again.
Okay, acrobatics. No, not this time. Wary of your tactics, it feathers spread below its feet, making a kind of shield, blocking you from getting past it as you now are sitting at this precarious moment looking up between its legs.
Can I use a bonus action dash to try again?
Sadly, no. No, it's there. It's holding it.
Oh, well. How much of my movement did they use to try to get under it?
Well, technically, not really any.
Okay.
It's just as you try to make the motion move towards it, it immediately anticipated it.
Okay. That being the case, I will... I'll bonus action disengage and go this way. And then my turn there.
Okay. All right, Valindra, it's your turn.
Going to once again step between Rook and the bird, and I will, seeing Barkash really struggling with that suit of armor there, I'm gonna fire an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. That hits. It's not dead yet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I will fire my second Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. That hits, and that does it. With the second blast, you kind of twist it on its legs, it's just like a ballerina spin before the second bolt comes in and scatters it.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna
fuck me.
yell, Barkash, Big Bert, we need your help. Quit messing with the armor. And that's it.
All right.
That's my turn.
So you do see now, with more maneuverability in the room, the bird does move around here, and it does pick up Rook again,
Okay.
trying to.
That's fine.
It goes ahead. Natural 20.
Oh!
Yeah, you are able to get out of the way using Valindra as like a bit of a blocking guard and using it as a distraction. You are dodging,
I
Okay.
slap his beak. No, bad bird.
which is fine because it uses its second attack to grapple again.
Oh, good.
No.
Ooh.
Uh,
Oh, no. This time it gets you as you kind of get pinned between the two places and you bump into Valindra looking at her before suddenly picked up again.
This fucking bird.
And it does turn you around, and you now actually, your feet can nearly touch the platform over there already as its head is about the same spot. And you see it just take Rook and just hops up onto the platform.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on that?
I'll say yeah, because at this moment it's kind of hard to engage because it's a huge creature, but basically its feet are there, but its tail feathers and all the stuff are in the back, so you could... It's still within your 5-footer, actually, so no, sadly no. Varkesh. Can't hear you. There we go. Heard you now.
I just said that fucking bird's as adamant and determined as an Italian on Valentine's Day.
It's actually brass, but...
But still. I am going... The thing's dead, right? I don't have any more fucking...
The armor is motionless.
Okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to move 30 feet.
Can't hear you again.
Am I on a
There.
ledge?
We can hear you
There
now.
Right.
Right? There's a ledge there.
You are on a
Yeah.
ledge. Talk louder.
I am going to attempt to do something to this bird.
Yeah, we can hear that.
You know what? It's fine. Okay. It's within 60 feet. So what I am going to do, can you hear me?
Yep.
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast heat metal on one of its legs.
Okay.
Creative.
You do notice that it is still heat metal all around it, so it kind of does like the entire thing.
Yeah, but still, it's like, bam, the legs. If it all heats up, marvelous.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah. The heat metal doesn't make a save. It's just the metal gets heated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
So-
Yeah, you
Boom.
begin to ignite it with this magical heat, causing it to burn and sizzle. Rook, you take 9 fire damage.
Fine. You'll be fine. I'm a cleric. I know what I'm doing. So this is what's going to happen. I'm then going to, obviously, seeing as now the birdie is now starting to go cherry red, or whatever the fuck bronze or brass does. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to use my free action to shout, "Take out its legs!" And then that's it.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right. Rook, you can feel the heat, just the actual, just the sensation of it burning you, and you can feel your own feathers just kind of begin to sizzle.
Oh, and I will.
That's a nice theory, but it's holding me pretty high. And I'll try to break free.
That sounds
Also,
like
I
a
do
new
have
problem.
resistance, so I only took half that.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Fire resistance to save. Yeah, it's a good thing the party has that. But yes,
Yeah.
go ahead and make your acrobatics or athletics to break free.
Okay. 20.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. You do. You push and tumble out, landing on the slightly 10-foot high platform above the party.
Okay. I am going to. I'm not even going to disengage this time. I'll take a bonus action to dash instead.
Okay. It will make its attack of opportunity to try and grapple you again.
He just wants away from this bird as much as possible.
So you go ahead and make your acrobatics.
Ah, fuck!
You are grappled. As you try to get away, it takes advantage of that and just grabs the end of your cloak and hoists you up again.
And turn!
Yeah. Valindra, it's your turn.
I will. Well, I can't do anything. All my spells are gone. I don't know. Does an 18 hit?
The 18 does. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he takes 6 points of damage from all of his class.
All right. Nice.
This bird is Satan.
I hate this bird. Well, okay, because let me just. Never mind. Yeah, we already addressed it, so never mind. Never mind. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Okay. Yeah, the bird takes you, Rook, and brings you up the platforms just all the way to, let's see if I can actually, I guess I can't move you both at the same time with the right clicking to gather the thingy, but it does move, well, it moves you actually right to there, as you are now dangling up on the other platform. And then it uses its action to dash. As it goes up to here,
Do I
And
get an
you-
attack of opportunity now?
you would absolutely get one up now this time, yeah.
Is it going to give Rook a bath?
It is dangling you above the water.
I don't trust this water. This strikes me as a bad thing, and I don't like it.
The 12s do not hit, sadly. I'm
I
afraid.
don't think so.
But yeah, that is all of its action, but it is still burning with heat. Varkesh, roll for the damage.
The thing, right? Okay, I
Mhm.
got that. That's totally understandable. 3.
Okay, an additional 3 damage to it.
Okay.
You take 1 fire damage, Rook.
Party.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I shall move.
Make an
and-
acrobatics check as you jump down.
Wait, that's a ledge too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck me sideways. And athletics.
Acrobatics.
Oh no.
Got this?
You are fine.
Oh, fuck. All right. And
The
I'm
DC
going
for
to-
a jump down is 10.
Okay, I'm going to move my spirit weapon 20 feet closer, but then what I'm going to do is, seeing as no, it's dark. I can't really fucking.
Oh no, there's light. Every single part of this chamber, as well as the hallways, there are tiny little sconces of these like ever-burning candles.
Okay, so I'm going to then send a guiding bolt directly to the bird's face, trying to hit it in the beak, so that hopefully it will give Rook the advantage, like if it dazes it or some shit like that, so that he can get free.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to
What
roll
level?
that at a 3rd level.
All right. That
23.
hits.
Oh my god. If only I had a crit, that would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is 21 points of radiant damage. There we go. But yeah, you definitely see this beam just lock and hit on the creature's head as it is now glowing gold, with the rest of it now just radiating and turning bright red. The heat metal now completely filling up all of its form, giving it this really odd kind of oozing, morphing, melting texture. Like the entire body doesn't hold very well. The metal itself seems to be almost like an outer shell, a very faint thing, and you can see that as it's heating up and distorting, bits of earth and mud just kind of start to warp with it. The statue no longer holding its brilliant sculpture. It's now like a blob.
Attractive.
It's your turn, Rook.
Yeah, fuck it. At this point, it's got me over here. I have advantage. I'm going to try to stab it with my silver rapier.
All right, okay, as you bring your rapier up and you try to... 21 hits.
For a total of
33 damage. Nice. You do embed it hard right into there, and you can see that the face just caves in a little bit as most of it just kind of sucks the cloak in. That's what's only keeping it in the... It's no longer gripping you. It's just kind of like friction held at this point.
Okay. And I'll use my... Well... What do you think? Would it be feasible for me to have the hand crossbow in my offhand right now?
Yeah, it would still be in your offhand.
Yeah, we'll go for it then.
22
22
hits.
hit.
Yeah.
For 6 points of damage.
Wow, that is max. Nice. It looks really bad. But it is just barely holding you over the water. Valindra.
I'm gonna try to Eldritch Blast and
Okay. Nice. Yes, both hit. 2. How do you want to do this?
oh, are you kidding me?
That is exactly the damage you needed.
She's happy she got a kill.
This is the first kill I've had, I think.
Really?
And you did a vast majority of the damage.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to bring a blast in both of my hands, and I'm going to fire them, and I'm gonna hit him like right in the face. It's gonna like sucker punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, you do. As you do, you bring your Eldritch Blast up, and you just kind of boom, boom, 2 punches as the first one caves in like a crater, making this weird like thumbprint impression in the back, before the other one splatters it forward as the entire front of it just bleeds and breaks out. Rook, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you fall to see which direction you go, either into the water or... You're fine. You tumble roll and just push yourself off, taking a bit of that rough landing and just tumbling out and away from the fountain, avoiding the water. Not knowing why, but certainly keeping away. As the creature just melts and falls apart, completely just...
It shits itself.
Please get out of here now.
Please, yes. It didn't leave anything behind when it died. I will ask every time.
It looks like mud and brass sheets.
I want to inspect its core very, very quickly.
Okay.
And in that time, I'd like to grab a bunch of platinum.
Okay, so you just start to grab the coins that you can and start shoving them into your bag?
Platinum specifically, but yes.
Okay, alright, platinum, sure. Yeah, you start to try and push platinum into your bag.
Yeah, and I want to investigate its core, like shift through it to see if I can find any gem or central core system that animated this thing.
Sure. Go ahead and make a Arcana check.
An Arcana, no. Ugh.
There doesn't seem to be anything on this creature that animated it. There's nothing there.
So nothing inside the
Nothing
mass?
in the creature, no.
Okay. And once Marrakesh finishes with that, I will look around, stand up. Okay, let's go.
Yes, let us leave.
Sorry, you haven't fully left yet. All right.
Yeah. And now we're just getting the
You
fuck
said
out.
that with slight foreboding. I didn't
No,
like
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. Your guys are fine. It's down to you how fast you wish to. You can make intelligence checks if you want to try to guess how long you've been here, but
Please.
I'll make a shot.
okay. Rook, you know you have a couple hours easy without any fear.
20.
Varkesh, you know you have at least 2 to 3 hours.
Left?
We have about 2 or 3 hours left.
Oh, well,
Thinking about the same, actually. Well, let's not fill our bags with all of this entirely specifically. But we have the time. Let's take a short rest here and then check out that gourd.
I just clamps down, just fall on my back.
Okay. Do you all wish to take a short rest at this time?
Yes.
All right. Please make for me a party cumulative intelligence check.
Bollocks. Who's got the highest intellect? Or is it just like all of us at once just do it?
Oh, all of you at once. It's an average DC.
Okay.
buddy.
Okay.
None of us did well.
You sit and you all complete the short rest quite happily. For the most part, you know that it takes a little bit of time to recover yourself, but you don't know exactly how long you've been sitting and waiting and just bandaging your wounds, taking drinks of water, or from your own stores, I assume.
Naturally.
Yes. So yeah, you recover yourselves, keeping your vigilance around, trying to make sure nothing comes at you, but you lose track of the time. You don't know now how many hours you've been here necessarily. You felt like you were at least safe with at least a couple, but you don't know how many minutes you've spent fully to rest.
Well, now that we have rested, I think we should run like the clappers and get the hell out of here.
Yes, but I still want to stop that gourd on the way up.
I mean, we just fought a date rape bird that was really wanting to give you a bath.
I know it was strange, and I'm not comfortable with it. The best way to fix that is by getting more things.
Impulse shopping.
Oh, Varkesh?
It is.
Yes. You did find a pearl. As your short rest would have been here, you would have found a multitude of pearls.
Oh, then I will take one of those pearls and go, Vilindra, do you remember that finger, that bone that you picked up?
Yes.
Could I see it, please?
No.
Why not?
I just don't think it's a good idea for us to do this here.
You wanted to find out what it is, yes?
Yes, but if we survive this, I'll think about it. But
I mean, I can quite literally perform a spell that will tell you exactly what this thing is and what it does. Right here, right now. It won't take more than a second.
By the way, Rex makes a good point. He did ask where Winnie is, and Winnie is technically within 100 feet of you, and you are rolling hit dice to recover health.
oh, Rex is right here. That's good.
So you do recover full hit dice for each one that you spend.
Rex has been doing so many good things for me.
That'd be a total of 50 HP regained.
Oh Jesus, I'm up full.
Well, if you did all of your dice, I guess. Oh, you did? Did you? You rolled 5?
Pretty much.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you don't have to roll. You don't have to use all 5 because you know, if you wanted to, you could make it 4. If 5 is too much, if 50 is too much health.
I'll do 4.
Okay.
It's like crap. What do you think, Rex?
I mean, we are in relative private. There's not going to be a quieter time to get this done.
I
It
feel
will
like
literally... You can still hold it. I won't take it from you.
Hold it in the palm of my hand.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
And then with the pearl, I'll cast Identify on the bone.
All right. You have to touch the bone.
Well, I'll just... There you go.
Okay. Yeah. He puts a clawed finger on it, as he kind of just like does a slight beginning of like a transfer as he tries to identify. You do spend 10 minutes doing this, and as you focus, it seems odd. You don't know, it doesn't have any property necessarily that you can, like, perfectly know, but you are able to determine some things from it. You do know that if Valindra does choose to attune to the finger, she will add a +1 to her spell save DCs in order to basically, for it, so anyone who wants to resist or make a saving throw, she adds +1 to the save.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what you can discern.
I can't really give you 100% accurate information, but I think if you spend some time with this piece of calcium, you might be able to resist spells a little bit better.
No, her spells will be more potent. The DC for her spell saves goes up 1.
Then
so if
I
she,
relay that instead.
Yeah, so if she cast anything that makes them make a saving throw, it's a +1 for their save. So if she, for instance, cast Fireball, if her DC was 13, it's 14.
Oh, okay. But you didn't find out like where it was from or what it can be used for, you know?
No, didn't. I thought it would, but it didn't apparently give me anything else except for a slight ability of what it can do. Did it give me a name?
Ooh.
Please?
I don't know if you would know. It's not. Make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
It says it gives me the name.
You can do it, Vakesh, I believe.
Arcana check with disadvantage.
17.
There you go.
All right. Okay. You definitely know that this is not an ordinary bone. It does obviously have magic imbued into it. It doesn't necessarily have a name, but you do know it is a piece of a being.
Clearly, because it's made of bone.
As opposed to, for instance, like someone... It's not like, let's say, a piece of a weapon that was forged or some kind of magical object. You know that this finger bone specifically has no, like... It wasn't, like, part of a necklace. It wasn't part of armor or anything. There was no decorative element to it, and it's a fragment of a whole. It is actually, in itself, a piece of a person, and this person has enough residual energy, similar to how a dragon's magical properties are infused into them, just part of their birth and their form. That's what this is.
Well, it doesn't seem to have a name, but its previous owner was apparently a very magical being.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I would just say, be careful. Now that I've learned a little bit about it, I distrust it even more.
Yeah, me too.
I want to insight check that.
I'm gonna fold it back up and put it in my bag.
Okay.
You can insight check me out.
You can check to see if you think she's on the up and up.
Yeah. Powerful insight! Haha! Take that. I have wisdom. I'm a wise reptile.
Very insightful of you.
He's not lying. He seems very uncertain about this item.
Okay. I reach my hand out to her again.
Mm-hmm.
I hold my hand out to Valindra again. I need my eyes to see.
Okay. Grab his hand.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
I thought the holding the hand was to make sure he didn't wander. I didn't think it was. It's not for blindness. You're not blind in this hallway. Like I said, it's dimly lit. It's like dancing lights everywhere. But Rook, you quietly continue moving forward. Winnie's still under your care, as it is under your care.
I'll actually just reach up a hand and like make sure he's still there and give him a.
Oh yeah, he's still there. He's still there.
Continue on.
I cast Turn Undead to be sure that nothing else is going. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I will leave you in the dark, so help me.
No, sorry, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't really do that.
I'll pause here and look back and say, all right, so before we took that rest, we knew that we had at least 2 hours. Should we risk this last thing?
Nope, I think we should run.
Running might be a good idea.
You do know that combat is only minutes. Combat takes nothing.
Still.
That statue is cool. We can get it if you really want it, but...
I kind of want it. It's an interesting jug. I want to know what the stoppers do.
We will get you the fat guy.
Just, not the fat guy's jug. Also, be ready to... Also, be ready to attack whatever comes out, because I know something's going to come out.
Why are we
Something
doing
has every single time.
All right.
I've stubbed my toe. I've been fighting with armor. I'm really tired.
I know, buddy. Don't worry.
I have given Valindra a kidney today. I'm really plum tuckered.
Yeah, Rook,
Yeah.
you secretly and quietly go up to the jug and
Oh, no, come on.
I'm gonna grab it.
Another little bird friend. God,
What do you mean?
I was gonna prepare a spell.
okay, sure. I mean, like you can do this as you're walking up to him. It's not like you're all being caught off guard. He's pretty much telling you what he's doing. He's not.
Yeah.
I'm hiding.
On one hand, I have my rapier up, and the other hand, I'm grabbing the jug and pulling.
Okay,
I'm
and
readying Eldritch Blast to fire if something.
okay.
I will ready a guiding bolt.
Are you still holding Valindra's hand?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So you begin to cast the spell.
The powers
Ready.
combined.
What level of guiding bolt do you want?
Level 1 to start with.
All right. So you hold it, and as you lift the jug and hold it with both hands, you look around. Nothing stirs for the moment, and you kind of go. And as that happens, Varkesh, do you let the spell fizzle or release it?
I release it.
Okay. So you just suddenly you relax. Then there's
No, as in I release it, as in I shoot, I let it go.
exactly yeah. So you just take that sigh of, but then suddenly, as this guiding bolt just goes right up to the actual statue and just kind of hits it a little bit.
Why?
Well, I was actually wanting to aim it behind Rook.
Well, do you want to hit Rook or do you want to like?
I want to get it really fucking close. Like, to me,
Okay.
because we've been snuck up on, I'm going to be like, nah, just to be sure.
Okay.
Just
Well,
the-
it just kind of whizzes by. But yeah. But you do notice that as you take it and you now hold it in there, a slight noise is heard, and you see gas push out of the statue. Sadly, you wouldn't have held your breath in time as it pushed out. I need you to make a con saving throw, all three of you, please.
No, no, no,
15.
Okay.
You just had to go back for the fucking...
I wanted it.
I'm going to pluck you like a Thanksgiving turkey when we get out of here.
So Valindra and Varkesh, okay? And Valindra.
Oh God.
17. All right.
How do you have +6 for Constitution?
She was a fighter level 1, and they are proficient in con and strength saving throws. Yes, so as this gas happens, you both kind of get caught unawares. Valindra, you kind of slowly keep ahead of yourself and try not to intake too much of it. But as it happens...
Do I need to make one for Winnie?
yes, make one for Winnie, too. Okay. Winnie doesn't do too bad. Sadly, he does not pass.
The fucking Micro Fox does better than me? Jesus.
Valindra, though, you just barely pass. Just barely. As this happens... Oh, shit. Varkesh and Rook and Winnie, you start giggling. And then you start laughing. And you feel an uncontrollable urge to laugh. Everything you do is with a chuckle or a guffaw, and it has no idea as to where it's coming from, but you all start laughing as if you were under the effects of laughing gas.
Oh, good.
For 4 hours, you find it difficult to do anything but chuckle. All spell casting that requires verbal, you are unable to perform.
Oh, that's great. Let's check your members.
No healing words for you.
Yeah, so at the moment, you're kind of just... All you can do is giggle and chuckle. You're snickering. You can try to hold it and snuffle it down a bit, but you're just going...
That's most of my spells.
And it kind of hurts a little bit after a while. I mean, it's like you're constantly flexing those muscles. It's not fun, but you are laughing. Valindra, they're just giggle fits. And Winnie is also going... that little happy fox.
All right, you two, it's time. Winnie, you two.
Let's leave.
Winnie is no longer laughing. He's my shadow now.
Oh, okay. So Winnie just gets once more pulled into the body. No longer. That's what he was doing, but then it's just he gets sucked into the shadow.
I want to leave him up now, just so I can hear him laugh. It's so cute.
Okay, I mean, if you bring him back, he just comes back and he just continues to laugh.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm like pushing.
Stealth would be useless. Let's run. I'm just gonna action dash and bonus action dash for 90 feet.
I am actually just going to pick Valindra up and just run with her to wherever the entrance is.
Okay. You book it out as fast as you can, and you run towards the entrance that you came through, this dug tunnel that Jin had made, and as you make your way in, you eventually see what appears to be a frozen statue of a large dragon kind of holding its way partway up the tunnel, and you see Jin is just standing looking at it and looking at you going, "Oh, it's nice for..." What's wrong with him? Why are they laughing?
Hi!
Babe,
look at this! And I hold up
bring
the
in this gas stuff. We gotta go. They can't stop laughing.
Oh, I see. They've gotten some laughing gas. All right, fine, that's fine. Let's go. I'll seal up the tunnel behind you. Just go.
Wait, the statue got through?
The statue is through and probably about a good 60 to 80 feet up the tunnel. But it stopped after that point.
Wait, so did it get through the portal? Did it get through into...
There's no portal, but it went through... So, like, the cave labyrinth itself had, like, the actual tunnel that Jin made, and you came through there into the walls. Mm-hmm. And in that tunnel, he's about 60 to 80 feet in. So he's in the tunnel, just frozen and just not moving, as if it, like, was in mid-motion and stopped.
Do I need to do something about that?
Well, at the moment, you're laughing and giggling. But, yeah, you do see that Jin moves past you and immediately begins to try and mold the earth again. And you notice that there's this common trait amongst the copper that seems to be very adept at creating these tunnels and carving the earth to their will. And you see him seal it up. As he turns and looks back, he goes, "Right, are these two going to be alright? They seem to be laughing quite a bit."
They're fine. They're just extra annoying.
This hurts.
Right.
But I'll probably be okay.
Did either of you have a plan to move the statue?
You're a big ass fucking dragon. Why didn't you fucking lift your weight, you fucking lazy bastard?
Okay. As he starts being extremely rude to this brass dragon, I'm gonna cast silence.
It's a copper dragon, but yeah, sure.
Copper dragon, my bad, y'all.
Yep. So you silence the area where everyone would be talking, and suddenly the laughter is gone. And you see Jin just looks around going... Then he just eventually looks around and goes past the perimeter. Right. Outside the bubble.
Yeah.
Did you have any plans? Did you have any...
You two, back in.
It just shoves his face back inside it.
Yeah, so you push those two back into the silence bubble. But Jin kind of looks around and goes, Did they have a plan to move this?
No, I think that's as far as Varkesh could get it for today. We encountered quite a bit of trouble, and so we're a little bit limited on our power right now. If you could help us out with that, that would be very
Just
helpful.
holding up the unicorn horn and the jug in the background.
Right.
Some stuff, though.
Well, he just kind of looks at it a little bit. I don't necessarily have anything that could move it. I could make it smaller.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make it smaller, we can carry it.
I can make it smaller for a minute.
How far away is your house?
He just thinks for a moment. Oh, it's a good. Well, I mean, it took us about 10 minutes to get down here, so you could
I
say
felt my
it's.
head out the bubble. How many times can you do that?
Well, I can do it perhaps maybe a few. I could get it going for maybe about 5 minutes.
Are we within 500 feet of where the one is?
Probably not. We're probably closer to, I'd say, at least twice that distance.
Well, I can get it halfway there.
Right. So you want me to shrink it down, and you're going to.
Yep, if you shrink it down, I can poof, and while you guys walk and catch up to me, I'll just rest a little bit and...
Well, you're quite strong then for a lass. Usually you have to be able to lift something, and though I'll shrink it down and make it lighter, it's still going to be a heavy statue.
I can try.
Right, alright, fine. No harm in trying, and if it's worse for wear, we can leave it here, and they'll find it on their own. On shore.
Like fuck will you? I mean, come on.
Okay.
But yes, so he does weave his hand around it slowly, and as he crunches his fingers in, you see that the figure just shrinks down to about the size of Varkesh, maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay. I will,
Attempt to lift it.
try to pick it up.
Alright, so you try to carry this creature for a moment, so go ahead and make a athletics check for me. The DC is 20.
Lift with your breasts.
That does not... No. No, that's... Damn it, if I had advantage, then I...
Sadly, you're unable to pull it up, and you spend a good 10 seconds trying. He's just like, I can only hold it for a little longer, lass. If you want to try, keep trying.
While she's trying, I'll actually walk over and help lift it. Not that it'll help her carry it, but we can just start running.
I just come over and just pick the damn thing up and.
Alright, make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Me?
You're laughing.
Even with me helping as well.
Well, with your helping, it'd be flat. If Valinder is helping, it'd be with advantage. Because you're giggling. It's like you're trying to laugh, and you're trying to lift while laughing, so you can't do like a brace. It's more like a.
Valinder, would you mind fucking helping me with this thing? Chuckle, 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 chuckle.
I'm grabbing one of his hands and I'm shaking his hand.
Help him lift it.
Alright, so one of you can make your athletics with advantage.
Just did it.
Just enough. You just hoist it up, and you move it further in. With everyone helping you together, you could say that you can move your normal action space, so you could try to dash with it. So you get about that would be 5 rounds worth of motion. So that's going to be 150 feet. So you move it 150 feet before Jin kind of warns you, goes, "Oh, I can't keep it, hold it any longer. Just drop it, and you just see him
Smell again.
You just drop it down for a moment before it blows up in size once more." He goes, "Right, is everyone all right? You're still laughing, lad. Why you?"
I have no control over it.
I'm a dragon. I don't know how to laugh.
Right, didn't know you were German, but that's all right. So,
how did you know?
So, would you like me to cast it again? I can try and hold it off for some more if you wish to dash.
Wait. I have it's a very funny question. You're a big, strong, actual dragon. Could you not just maybe use your biceps to lift it and move it for us?
Well, what you call biceps for you is something for a bipedal. In my draconic form, I am quadrupedal, so that means I only can push it with maybe my
Drag it.
Nick.
You're a dragon, so drag it. You know? No.
Well, I don't have any chains or a rope to do that with, so...
It's fine. It's fine.
I made that statue move, and we are taking it with us. Ha! Says the gas-infected dragon.
All right. But yes, so he goes, I can shrink it down again for another minute if you'd like to push this through.
Sure.
All right. Ready?
Chuckle.
And you see him once more take it, and he pulls his hands down and clasping it, shrinks it once more. Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage because all three are countering the effects.
21.
That is enough. And you once more dash, this time full minute, moving as fast as you can. And you get up, and this time you get to, so it's going to be 30 feet. Yeah, so you get about 1,080 feet? About 1,800, is that it? Yeah. 1,800
I think that's
feet.
enough to get us home.
You get 1,800 feet. That's pretty darn close up the tunnel where you start to run hard and you get near to where the end of the tunnel is that led down. But it is a heaving effort. It's a lot of like, I need you all to make con saving throws for me. All right. Okay. Valindra, you're the only one as this is going on. You feel very winded. You feel maybe perhaps you're taking too much weight. You're probably having to do more of your fair share because these two assholes are laughing their asses off. So it's just kind of, that's probably what you're feeling as you take one level of exhaustion from just the sheer effort to push this thing up and out.
We're making the woman do all the work, apparently.
Yeah, laugh it up.
I'd say it's not my fault, but it quite literally is my fault.
Yes, it's both of your fault.
Hey, Valindra. Great tits.
Hey, Barkesh, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Oh, okay. Make an unarmed attack.
You're too short.
I mean, you can make an unarmed strength attack. That doesn't hit.
It does not hit me, I'm afraid.
Well, it hits the metal, but it's just more like a dink.
I don't care.
Look, the laughing gas is actually taking effect legitimately.
But yes, you do see that as you get the Jin just kind of says, drop it, and it blows up again. Yes, all right, well, I can try to do this one more time, and we can get it right into the living space.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I am attempting to hold my beak shut in the meantime, but still is a little...
I mean, you can still laugh while keeping your mouth closed. It works.
Exactly, I am. Yeah, I'm still laughing a little bit. But
well, you will have to break your hands to start pushing. Ooh.
17.
No, this time you guys feel that level of just exhaustion hitting you, not as hard as Valindra, but it's still wearing down your muscles, and you kind of try to push it, but it's just more digging into the dirt and not going anywhere.
My good actual dragon friend, Jim, would you, when you shrink this down, would you actually mind lending us your strength?
He kind of crosses his arms, goes, all right, fine, I'll help you if you can say my name right.
Have I not been saying it right?
No.
God, Barkesh.
With an N.
Jim.
No. Why is this so hard for you to get? Okay, like...
He just, like, Varkish points to himself and goes, I have no legitimate lips. Speaking is a miracle for my speech.
You are using the letter that requires more lips than the one that requires the less amount of lips.
No, nothing, woman.
You are making it harder on yourself. Vargas.
It's an N, like nickel.
Okay. Say in, like I want to put an egg in a basket.
In.
Now just add a j in front of in.
Jim.
As we have a Stewie Family Guy moment of whipped, cool whip. Cool whip.
You're doing this on purpose. I know you are.
Wait. I think I have a solution. Maybe if I, instead of using a J, I use a G. Jim. Did I get it?
No.
Shit. What's his name again?
I'm just gonna shake my head and walk into the living space. I'm done with this buffoonery.
No, Brooke, we need your help.
Excuse me, my actual legitimate dragon friend. What is your real name again? Is there a different name I can call you?
My full name, lad, is Jindrit of House TL.
Okay, Jinderit.
All right, lad. Now try it one more time to make sure you got it in your brain.
Jinderit.
Right. Fine then.
See, it's like I've been saying all this time.
As you see him do this, he once more brings his hands and he shrinks the actual statue down, and he turns into his dragon form and helps you push as his large frame fills the tunnel fully, and he begins to take his shoulder and try to push it with his own effort. Who would you like to make the strength check, you or him?
I will assist him, because he's an actual dragon, so therefore he will be stronger than me.
Okay. So, let us see, what does a young copper dragon's strength equal? The answer may surprise you.
Something
Tune in
great.
next week.
Alright, yeah, he makes it with a +4.
Me.
He does 14. So as he does, he pushes it hard, and it just doesn't go anywhere. It gets
You've never done any heavy lifting in your life, have you?
just as the head coils and turns and looks down at you and goes, "Why?"
I mean, I carried this thing.
You're doing a great job. Thank you for helping, Jen.
Ah, yes. Covering for the lack of politeness. You're doing a fantastic job.
He just
I'm
goes,
so proud of
he
you.
nods and goes, "Brace again. Let's try it." And he just pushes once more. Who
I'm
wants?
gonna help him push.
That's fine. Yeah, you give him advantage. But unless you want to give Varkesh advantage.
Yeah, I'll give Farkash.
Give me the advantage. So, athletics with an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Natural
20.
20. All right. As you all three go together in a 1, 2, 3 motion, you find that there was just that little lip that you got stuck on, and as it comes up, it just begins to slide up easily and just catches that smooth, frictionless push. As it goes up to the top of the hole, and you see it get and just starts to scrape on the stone and just kind of scraping and making that nasty indentation onto the rugs and the floorboards. But eventually it gets up into the large hall study, this grand dragon-sized part of the home.
I give Jindrit a pat on one of his feral legs and go, "See, my friend, when you don't have wings, you don't become lazy. While you fly, I have to build core strength. You understand what I mean? Core strength.
Make
Means
a
that
dex
I
saving
can
throw.
push. Oh dear.
Meanwhile, Rook is draped over one of the sofas, just holding his mouth shut and still giggling the entire
Yes.
time.
Saving throw.
All right. Sadly, as you try to do this, he just brings his claw up and pushes you 5 feet away from him. He just
Ah, core
shoves you.
strength! And this falls over.
If you choose to fall over, but it's just a push off, and you see the form come out.
I just look at this whole exchange between Farkash and a dragon and Rook laying on the couch giggling, and I just I'm going to bed. I'm done for today.
Seems you're turning in early, lass. It's only about, I'd say, 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Well, seeing as
God.
it's 9:53 and it's coming up to our closing time, so
Oh,
maybe it's
God.
quite good.
9:53. I mean, oh God, it's like 2. It feels so much later than that. How is that possible?
You were only down there for about 2 hours and 30 minutes or so.
God.
I assumed you encountered more obstacles than you anticipated and probably had a bit more of your share of combat down there to just not want to stick it
I
out for
will
the full time.
pour out all the stuff that I've taken from the hoard down below and just spill it into the space.
Okay, you empty your bag of holding. And as you empty it, everything falls out. Your ingots,
I-
your furnace, your anvil, your jeweler's kits, everything just
I put my stuff back in.
All right, you start to go through your items one at a time, still going.
I have the
Just continually
I have the
snickering.
jug and the unicorn
What are you
horn
laughing at?
and the 5 rapiers, and I'll put the platinum out too.
All right,
And the jug.
Yeah, I said the jug.
He looks at each of the items without touching any of them. He goes, "Right, not a bad haul. Sadly, though, you only really got 2 magical items from it."
Points at the giant-ass platinum dragon statue.
Right, it's nice. It's a nice statue. Don't get me wrong. It's very nice, but since it didn't have magical properties, I was able to help you push it. But remember, anything that's magical, I can't touch. For if I touch it, my own imprint will infuse into the object. The 2 objects you found that at least seem to have some magical property to them are that, as he points over to the jug that Rook put down, that I can sense has magic on it. Looks to have transmutation. And your gem, as he points to the amethyst. Those 2 are the only things that seem to have magic.
You said the thing that was important was craftsmanship. And that dragon is very well crafted.
Craftsmanship is a plus. If you can find crafting in magic, usually magic weapons follow with crafting. There's like a sync of, you won't have a nice magic item without it being crafted well. So it comes in, it's the bonus item. It's the one we were looking for most. Remember, the thing that I can't touch. I can't touch the magicals. And that's why you are useful in this. Luckily, though, you did get 2, and quite a few treasures, at least, of coin, gem, and statue. 1 statue. And actually, you did get this, and he does point at the unicorn horn. That too. That has a small amount of abjuration magic to it, though it doesn't look like it has any further effects. It seems to be more of a lock. Something that protects or keeps things in check.
Yeah, big blue thing. We killed it.
All right, you killed one of their imprisoned creatures.
Yes.
By my count, it was more like 11?
Well,
Ish.
there were a lot of things that tried to get us sort of like traps, but this seemed to be like now that you're talking about it in that sense, it seems like a creature was trapped inside a unicorn, and we just kind of like pulled the stopper out.
4 armors, 1 giant bird, 6 bugs,
Right.
that, and the big blue thing.
Right.
There was a manticore too, but we left that alone.
Oh, a manticore. They had one in there. That's quite impressive.
It was pretty close. We could go let it out if you want. I'm not fucking with it though.
I think we'll be safe for right now if you all seem satisfied with your adventuring for today. And not a bad haul. Congratulations, at least, lads and lass. You were able to gain some favor with House TL. And we shall be sure...
Valindra did all the work. She killed everything down there. You should have seen her. She was amazing. She held my hand. I was an invalid the entire time.
Make a deception check.
If I get a nat 20, that'd be hilarious. Where is it? Deception. Blah. Okay. It's not that great, but I tried.
Goes, right, little joker, you are. I can appreciate humor here and there, but you're not going to pull my leg anytime soon.
The leg is rather large. I can't pull it.
Well, as it stands, you don't.
That's a leg joke.
You all did quite well, keeping yourselves within the time limit and not getting caught, as well as bringing back at least a few items of great interest, and, of course, some of the moderate treasures. Still.
Big, giant, pure platinum dragon. That's worth a lot of shiny pennies.
Right, the dragon is nice, and I thank you for your effort. And, of course, I shall be passing this word down to my mistress of House TL, and she'll be sure to make note of your efforts and your continued support to her becoming the next Grand Matron. But you have worked quite hard, and I can see that your allies are still quite amused with some aspect of this single.
Yes.
Make me stop. This is awful.
Afraid not, lad. You're going to have to endure it. It'll work your abdominals, get some muscle built there, perhaps. But
Yeah, core strength. Core strength.
Brooke, I can make you be like you're dead,
No.
and then you'll wake right up. And it'll be like,
Oh, Rook, I can kill you.
no, I promise, it's not painful at all. It's,
no.
I just like touch your forehead and you fall asleep, and then I'll wake you back up.
Fuck it. Fine.
Yeah,
all right.
good.
So you're going to cast Feign Death, is that it?
Yeah,
All right.
which I've never cast this before, so like right before I touch him, I'd be like, oh, I've been wanting to try this forever, and I'm just gonna touch him.
Okay.
Bet
So-
you wanted to try it on Varkash first.
I mean, you can absolutely. Well, I mean, you'll need a short rest to. Oh no, you didn't dimension door, so you still have You still have your spell slots, or you cast one
Yeah,
for silence.
Yeah, I have 2 of them though,
All right.
so I have 1 left.
Yeah. Yep. So, oh yeah, I just didn't know if you were going to just do Rook because you can't do Varkesh because he's.
I'm
Obviously,
fine.
you need more spell slots.
You can tell.
She
I'm
has
really-
the Rod of the Pact Keeper that would allow her to.
I believe.
Yeah, I already used that though, and it's once long
Long
rest.
rest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you go ahead and you can cast Feign Death on Rook. How long does that last?
I tried clicking on my roll 20 thing. I realized I never, because it's
Put
not
it in?
like roll 20. So I
No,
had
no,
to-
it is a Xanathar's thing.
I have not. That's what it looks like.
That lasts up to an hour.
Just
But
an
I can end it beforehand, right?
if you choose to, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah, it says for at least an hour if you wanted it. Oh, well, actually, let me check.
It has a duration of 1 hour, yes. It's actually in the PHP on page 240.
Oh, well, then I'll just leave for an hour. It's fine.
Yeah. Are halted until the spell ends, yeah.
Now we're back.
Yeah, so yeah. So you definitely go ahead. You just take this. You have to be willing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
Begrudgingly willing.
You feel her press her hand on your forehead for a moment as you're chuckling, and then it bleeds into you, and you feel this chill cause your body to still and fall into kind of a catatonic state as it just breaks all connections with your mind. And
No change.
your eyes close, but you still feel like you can see and you can hear, and the sensations around you are still present. You're just unable to make any effort to move as the coma hits you. But as you stay there for a moment, waiting in this lingering place between life and death, you start to hear whispering noises. Very soft, eerie noises. Then you start to see blue. Then you start to see the field of blue grow across you. And you start to see a pair of drifting globes appear and stare at you. And as you stare at them, you see 2 tendrils of blue move out from you and bleed into the orb. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh God, no! What did I do? No, AJ, you can't do this. What did I just do?
Killed Rook. Bad Valindra. You sent him to the void of hell, or whatever it is.
But yeah,
Hentai space.
congratulations, guys. You got your treasures. You were able to bring it back. And Rook, you are discovering something new for the first time.
I like it.
Oh my God,
Virgin. That was fun.
I'm not gonna be able to survive a week.
I am going to make fun of you for this all week.
No.
You killed Rook.
Just like haunt her, like during the week, say, "You did this to me."
God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, please just do it.
I mean, at the moment, you technically don't know anything. This is only Rook. You're just kind of peacefully going, I did it. I cast the spell and it worked. I'm a badass warlock.
Should I roll up a new character?
God.
You'll have to wait and see.
We'll discuss this in private later, so that way no one else knows and we can make fun of them.
Sadly, I'm going to have to get going because I need to get food.
That's all right. So yes, thank you all for coming and joining us. I hope you enjoyed our little journey today. We will be here, of course, next week at Sunday, same time, same place. And if you wish to catch other streams that we have on this channel, we have it on Tuesdays as well, 6:30 p.m. PST time. And you can come and see our other group as we venture into the lands of Candoria. But other than that, from me, Valindra, Varkesh, and Rook, thanks again, and have a great evening. Bye, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.